Be with y'all in just a few. Relax, enjoy. I'm gonna let y'all come in. Gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. Let's get this son of a bitch down here. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We kill the sound on this bitch. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Let's get out of there. Good to see you, men. How art thou? It's my pleasure, as always. Trying to see if my live is showing up on my channel. I have this very strange situation where I cannot log into my channel on my computer. And I think it's because my operating system is fucking way outdated. But yeah, it's not showing alive. So that's kind of bizarre. That's very strange. So I will keep the computer up and running. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way, and I'll just look at the chat right here on the sidebar. Oh, there it is. Well, hot damn. So then I can look at the chat over here. So when you see me eyeballing over here, oh, there it is. Look at that. Well, hot damn. Now you got two of me talking. Holy fucking Christ. Can't have that. All right, gents, I'm going to go back up to the top of the chat. Yeah, it keeps telling me that I'm signed out of YouTube. And then, you know, when I go to it and I try to sign in, it says, unable to comply because you're a bad man. You're not allowed to use YouTube. You bitch. So yeah, when you see me looking over here and looking up, I'm looking at the TV and looking at the chat. All right, man, let's see who's in the house. Who was in here first? In the sticks, numero uno. I have a little story I want to talk to you guys about a little bit later on. Stone Reaper, greetings, Hammerhand. Greetings, Stone. How you doing, brother? How you doing? In the sticks, howdy, brother. What's up, sir? I think you're probably talking to somebody else and not talking to me. So, in the sticks, smash that like button. I want to thank you for that. Thank you very much. Thank you for smashing that like. Craig Furness, greetings, Hammerhand. Greetings, Craig. Tom Lightning, Hammer Claws. I'm here. I'm here too. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's coming in. Oh, man. It's coming in. Marcos Hernandez. What up, driver? Not a whole bunch, sir. Not a whole bunch. Got some driving to do this week, though. Luke Chase. Hammerhand. Gents. Red Pill Mixed Breed. Howdy, gentlemen. And you as well. Unc. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Uncle Hammerhand is here for you. Just know that. Fist deep. Oh. What's up, gents? Shinobi One. Yo, what's up, Shinobi One? How was church today, brother? Michael McKinney. Good evening, gents. Good evening, guys. I'm gonna play it a little bit differently tonight, gang. I got my little one story that I'm gonna talk to you about tonight. I'm gonna let you right there run the chat. I'm gonna let you ask questions. You ask all the questions that you want, and if they're interesting or kind of cool, then we'll address them and we'll talk about them right here. I have to be honest with you, man. I've been looking around, and save for a few of these straggling, late running, late to the game hoes that keep discovering MGTOW, there's not really anything new going on. And that's good. That's good. That's good. You know why that's good for a MGTOW? Because that's kind of the way that we want it, right? No bother, no fuss, no muss, no bullshit. Leave us be, because we gone. We done checked out. And they don't get it. And I don't understand why they don't get it. That's a kind of a lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me throw it down there. 5 fucking Hail Marys because I'm a lying motherfucker. I know why they're doing it. I know why they're doing it, and you know why they're doing it. It's because it's that last desperate gasp. They know what the fuck this is. They know what time it is. They just kind of hold out hope that somebody is going to go off and switch and go back to the plantation and wife them up and end their suffering so that they can bitch all the way to the divorce court. That's why they're doing it. I know it. Come on. I know what they're doing. I was just playing. Penny Pounder. Bring it out, Hammer. Oh, man. Oh, look at it. It's awesome. And I can't show it to you because I've got all of my ideas sitting over here on this great big drawing pad for my merch store. The merch store is alive and well. The merch store cometh. The merch store is amazing and it cometh. And I'm loving it. Hold on 1 second. It says rotate the fucking device. It won't let me rotate the fucking device. Fuck this shit. Man, that's irritating. I'm gonna have to fix that. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm not even worried about it. When the studio is up and running, when we get moved, everything will be good. Craig Furness, hey Reaper. Zool, what up, Chillstream Brutus? I like that one, Zool. Good man. Did you hear that your boy Vince Clorthos got punched the fuck out in New York? Of course you heard it. He was on the stream last night and I talked about it. Tom Lightning, ready for more red pills and a good cigar. Oh, man, I went out. Now, keep in mind, I'm 50, right? Never smoked a day in my life. Went out and got me two triple Maduro Camachos. And I'm going to try the Camachos out. And we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to let you know. And for all you men out there that actually want to do that, there's a very good tip. Try not to use fire like a lighter. Use matches. Keep the flavor in the cigar. Don't ask me how I know that. The Donald number 1. Hey, Dirty Santa, what's up, brother? Are you for the other side? Are you batting for the other team? Or are you just trying to be funny? Be nice, or I'm going to get my wrenches on you. Ding, ding, ding. Midas, the Stallion. What's up, Hammer? What's up, gents? Nothing, man. I'm just chilling. Shinobi One. My funkin' hammer claws. I wanted to have a sleep, but now I got a chill stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, look, you guys know that it's going off, right? You know it's kicking off in here. You know it's pretty good, man. We do something here See, when I lean back on this bed right here, and I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm relaxing, I'm in my fucking boxers, and I got my Tron shirt on, right? I'm chilling. That's why this is a chill stream. There's nothing formal about this. It's just some men getting together and talking and bullshitting a little bit, right? What's so wrong with that? Let me get this thing up there. You don't want to be looking at fucking Flynn and Tron and Yuri. Hell no, you don't want to look at them. Of course not. Get that fucking thing out the way. I went out today. I'll get back to the chat in just a minute, but I went out today and I did something. Maybe you can see it back there. And I did something that I haven't done in a while. Preparing for winter. Bought this really nice zip-up hoodie. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a great material. See, it's just like the red one that I've got, and it's got that interlacing of like black and gray on it. This is all black. My red one has got gray in it. It's got some light gray in it. It's really fucking great colors. And I picked up this all black one right here. Dope shit. I know you can't see it very good, but oh man. I had this on earlier today. It was about 50 out here during the day. Oh, just put those back up there. It was about 50 out here during the day, and it was too goddamn hot to keep that thing on. The fleece that they use, check this out. I checked it to see where it was made, right? Not made in China, not made in Taiwan, and made in Egypt. So you know the Egyptians use that Egyptian wool and they use that Egyptian fleece? Good shit. And I was happy to have it. Let me get back to the chat real quick. Shinobi One, brother Craig Furness, you been to church today? MGTOW Church? Marcos Hernandez, salute man. Salute man. I hope Craig Furness, let me get some beer and cold pizza. That's a man after my own heart. Well, except for the beer part. That's one thing that I probably will never mess around with. I just never developed a taste for it. Never, not once. Success Pool Endeavors, my man, I hope that you are doing well. I do hope that you're doing well, just like Vention. I see Vention popping up in the chat here. It's good to see both of you out, active, participating, loving that next breath. You never know how much you want it until it's threatened. Success Pool Endeavors, Hammerhand, Craig, Luke, Shinobi, Pounder, Zool, Tom, Lightning, Hermit, calling the whole fucking chat out. Everybody. Good to see all of you. Good to see you, brothers. Good to see you. Whirlwind MGTOW, +2. Penny Pounder, glad to see you. SCE. Shinobi One, brother Success Pool Endeavors. Oh yeah. UX Systems, all well and clear, brothers. Uh-oh, that fucking chat jumping on me again. Look at that bitch. Hold on, let me get back to it. That motherfucker just jumped. I fucking hate when this thing does that. Hate when it does that. Hold on, let me find this bitch. Man, I fucking hate that. Sorry, gents. My apologies. Damn, it took a big jump. How in the hell? Okay, there we go. All right, Duality Reality. Nice to see you in the house, brother DR. Good to see you, man. Hi, gents. In the sticks, I'm hyped. Love Hammerhand. Well, you ain't got to love Hammerhand. You don't have to. You don't have to. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Oh, okay. You can love me. It's all good. I love you guys back. You're outstanding human beings. Prune Picker. Greetings from the DPRK, Democratic Republic of California. You ain't fucking shitting. Man, you ain't shitting. Boy, man, they're getting crazy as fuck out there. You guys hear about, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, you hear about them decriminalizing certain sexual debauchery between minors and adults? They decriminalized it. They said, nope, you can have a 10-year stretch now between you and your victim. If you're inside that 10 years, and we're just going to plea it down, fuck it, whatever. Disgusting people. They're just, I don't know how anybody can live in California and think to themselves, yeah, this is what I want to do out here. Hold on. Oh, man. Ooh, clean. It's clean. It's clean. Goodness gracious me. Darth MGTOW. I'm just calling you Darth MGTOW. I ain't reading that whole thing. The wire is hot on 27.185 megahertz. You are in the air. Well, thank you. I don't know if that's directed at me particularly, but thank you anyways. Successful endeavors. DR. No couchbot notification. Uh-oh. Gonna have to work on that one. I've had this problem once, but not recently. Not recently. As a matter of fact, when I like 10 seconds into broadcasting here, which is the fastest I've ever received it, Couchbutt came up and showed me what was up. Michael McKinney, YouTube is messing around. Yes, YouTube is fucking around again. YouTube is screwing around with everybody one more again. So 134 in the box, 57 Fonzies. That's about 40%. I guess I got to work harder to earn some more of them Fonzies, man. So thank you, gentlemen. I will work harder. Whirlwind MGTOW. Trump 2020. Well, he's still breathing, and it's 2020. So maybe. You never know, man. I mean, this is the way that I say it about Trump, and I'm going to try not to get political in this stream. This is a chill stream, not a political stream. What I think about Trump is if the party goes in and they win, okay, that means I'm getting what I want, because I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for the platform that Trump ran on. Now, a lot of people say fuck that shit. It doesn't really matter. I can see that. But the alternative is leaps and bounds worse. So much worse. So like I always say, if you have a choice between a shit sandwich and a soggy shit sandwich, which one are you going to bite? I know what I'm going to bite. I'm going to bite the shit sandwich. So there, that's what I got. But if Trump loses the election, I can almost guarantee you one thing that you will not see are massive hordes of white people burning their cities down. You're probably not going to see that. Unless, of course, somebody tricks all the lefty assholes out there into thinking that it's a good thing, they'll burn it down for you. I don't even consider them white. Fuck them. The pool dork, digging the live stream, been depressed in isolation. Hammer time always helps. Thank you, brother. I try to keep it real on my channel, but you do it better. I don't know about doing it better, man. I just speak from the heart. That's all. I speak from the heart. I speak what I believe, and I try not to open my mouth unless I know what I'm saying is true or that my beliefs justify what I'm saying. And everybody is the same way. Don't let anybody tell you that they're any different. I always prioritize truth and goodness and strength over belief. So I have a very interesting little way of doing stuff like that. And I'm hoping, Mr. Pool Dork, that you can pull yourself together to where you're not feeling fucked up every second of the day, or because you're in isolation. All of us are in isolation, all of us. Some states are worse than other states, and you know why. It's because it's political. Florida has opened all the way up. Tennessee has opened all the way up. Most everything here in Kentucky is open. Almost everything. The only thing that they haven't done is said, peel your masks off. You know, I don't worry about that shit. I don't wear them anywhere. I don't wear them. If you don't want to wear your mask, all you got to do is go to your physician and get an exempt from your physician. That's all you got to do. Or a physician, any physician. And just tell them straight, you've got a medical. They can't ask you what it's about. They can't say no to you. So do your thing, chicken wing. If you want to get out and about and the mask thing is bothering you, which you didn't allude to that, but I'm just saying, if that's bothering you, you don't have to wear one. Don't wear one. I don't wear one. Fuck them. I said it yesterday. If I come down with COVID right now today, it doesn't change my mind on anything. The statistics and the numbers do not bear the reaction that we're getting for this bullshit. Plain and simple. Blackberry lemonade. delicious shit. Too much aspartame in it, but it's good stuff. I love it. We get back to that chat. Dr. MGTOW. Yo, man. Silver Surf Studio. Hi, everyone. What's up, gang? How y'all doing? Penny Pounder. Yo, Dr. MGTOW. Yo. Dr. MGTOW again. Yesterday, I couldn't make it here because I was at work. That's all right, man. That's all right. Work always comes first. Always. Work and family always come before something leisurely like this. This is leisure. That's what this is. This is leisure. Am I going to argue that if you want to advance yourself in life a little bit, that you should be listening to red pillars? Real red pillars? Yes, I'm going to argue that. I'll argue that all day long. It has changed the attitude and perspective of swaths of men. Fantastic shit. Fantastic shit it is. Goodness gracious. We are going on 21 minutes already, and it feels like I've only been on here 2. Holy shit. How do I keep flapping these gums like this? Am I high? Am I on hydroxychloroquine? How about Adderall? Do I have somebody giving me electric fucking shocks while I've got my mic in my ear? I don't know. Bing, bang, bing. Successful endeavors. Hi, MM Thread. Zool, long time no see, y'all lulz. Everyone gathering fast. Man, we got some hitters in this bitch tonight. Glad to see you guys, man. It warms me cockles. Glad to see you. I'll tell you a little bit about the Hammerhand merch store. I am going to mercilessly and ruthlessly shill for my merch products. I'm going to be making bumper stickers, mugs, hats, shirts, and they're all going to be original designs from yours truly and the caricature artist that I hire. I've sent some really goofy pictures to the dude and waiting for word back on what he can and can't do. And if he can't get it done, I'm going to find somebody that can get it done. Ding, ding, ding. Anthony Draven, g'day Hammerhand, all the way from Australia. That reminds me, g'day Anthony, good to see you, man. Do me a favor, all right, do me a favor. I'm gonna get to the bottom of the chat here. All right, you guys do me a favor. You don't have to say exactly where you're at, but I want to see who's representing and where from around the globe. Go. Oh man, here it comes. Wow. You know, I was just watching a deal that was put together by Chainsaw Bunny, and it shows one of my clips talking about how we are worldwide, how we are everywhere. We are everywhere, gents. Everywhere. It's not changing. It's not going away. Nobody's going to get us out of it. This is what it is, man. We are everywhere. Everywhere. Jerry Weber is from Earth. Man. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. I'm going to jump back up to the beginning of that holy fucking shit list. Bagman, Florida. Eddie MGTOW, Brooklyn, NY. Gray Walker, Maryland. Fist Deep, Kansas. Aaron Castle. Axe is, what is that? Alaska? Axe? AX? Tom Lightning, St. Louis. Renee, Hollywood, Florida. Watcher, MGTOW, New York and New Jersey. Angel of Destruction, the USA. I assume that's Maryland. Nice to see you in here, Angel, by the way. You contentious MGTOW, you. Good, always giving me shit in the comments. Phantasma, Washington State. Mr. Hemi 4 Speed, Toronto, Gulp, Quad Zero, Omaha. Kelly Giddens, Michigan. Bayman, Australia. Monk Mode, Vention. He's saying hi to somebody, not putting the state down. I'll be damned. Graham Whitting, England. Nice to see you, Graham. England, man. Jolly old England. We have deep, deep roots over in England. Charlie Juliet, New Mexico, the Everyday MGTOW, Paducah, Kentucky. Oh, you're not far from me, man. Well, I mean, relatively speaking. Max Jeffers, Detroit, overly fat man. Hey, man, what's up, man? I mean, what's up? How you doing? Three Jacks, Pennsylvania. The Pool Dork, Mobile, Alabama. Stone Reaper, Virginia. David M., Connecticut. Aaron Castle, Arizona. Joseph Wolf, Central Florida. Craig Furness, Rome, New York. MGTOW Thread, Atlanta. Dreel Freeman, India. Reaper, 0-1, Virginia. That's an interesting name right there. Vincent MGTOW is now in Tijuana, Mexico, baby. Oh, man. Wet Palette Warrior, Canberra. Hail, Canberra. I was just looking at some World War II shit about the Canberra. I believe that one of your warships were sunk at Guadalcanal. Wasn't it the Canberra? I could be wrong on that. Prune Picker is in California. Oh, you poor bastard. Cattywampus McDougal, southeastern Indiana. Henry Chinaski, Michigan. 314 J Rock, St. Louis, Missouri. Valhalla, the UK, the United Kingdom. In the Sticks, Colorado, goddamn. Ontario, Vancouver, Cali, Arkansas, West Virginia, Michigan. Long Beach, California, Georgia, Wisconsin, Oregon, Quebec, Edmonton, Saskatchewan. Jesus. Look, gang. Victoria, British Columbia, London, Canada, Elko, Nevada, Edmonton. Gang, I gotta tell you, salute, hail to all of you for shouting out and showing the entire world, the whole world, that you're not localized, that you're not a bunch of fucking goofs, and that you've got you in mind when you're talking about MGTOW and sovereignty and independence for yourselves. My son's out there sleeping. I know that he's probably sitting up listening to this, trying not to. I'm kind of loud. Whirlwind MGTOW, South Central USA. So you're in a flyover state. Well, that's all right. Isn't it funny how people are so dismissive when it comes to shit like that? Oh, we don't need none of them flyover states. Oh, he's got to win the Rust Belt. Isn't that disgusting how they would call those states whose factories and jobs have been scraped off like the fucking Borg out of Star Trek came and got them and threw them over at China? And they got the balls, the fucking nuts to call those people the Rust Belt states, the Rust Belt people. That's disgusting. You watch it this election cycle. Now, unless some very creative people are listening on this stream right now, they will be telling you about your Rust Belt, about your flyover states in very dismissive tones. And that shows you that nothing matters to these people except coastal cities. It's where all the population centers are. And I have a question. Why the fuck does California have 55 electoral college votes? I always thought if you wanted to be equal, you wanted things to be right, correct, true with the world, why don't you just give an equal number of electoral votes to every state? There's a plan. Give every state 10 electoral votes. Do you know why? Because it's easier to go to 4 or 5 of them and pick up 120 electoral votes by pandering and bribing. That's why. Now, I'm not saying that the Electoral College should go away. The Electoral College is a fantastic safeguard against tyranny of the majority by the minority. And if you guys don't know how the Electoral College works, you should dig into that a little bit. Find out why. It's good shit. All right. Now I'm going to get back up in the chat a little bit and see what's up. Forgive me, gang, if I missed your... Forgive me if I missed your comments. So I can't get them all. Pretentious Hermit, me, a California refugee who fled to Arizona. First thing I did was get a gun. I bet it felt good. I bet it felt good. Oh, man. God bless America. Sorry about that duality reality. Can't control myself sometimes. Oh my God. Bikeamek 1 at Monk Mode. Wow, you're in London, huh? I'm really close to you. Easter Incorporated. This is amazing. We really are everywhere. Woohoo. I do that every once in a while. You should have saw the stream that I had back before my original channel got shit canned. We had about 800 folks in here, and I issued the shout out call, and it was stunning. It was stunning. It was fucking awesome. It was great. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I think I hear the MGTOW overlord coming in the door. Coming home early. Coming home early. Richard E. Wright. Rick the Monk from Georgia. Yars. Matthew Stoicism. I love that. MGTOW is going to Mars. I guarantee you, man, if we colonize the moon or colonize Mars, one of us will be there. The Pool Dork. I need a mentor. Guys, I would very humbly suggest that if you feel that you need this type of mentoring, to kind of go back a little bit and start at the beginning. You've got to be able to open your ears, open your mind, so that you can kind of free yourself from the programming and the brainwashing that you're suffering through. It's not hard to see somebody that's suffering from brainwashing. I will give you a list right now that you would like to listen to, that you should listen to, even if you find it, no disrespect to them, boring or redundant, or you've heard it before, you should still listen to it. Paul Proteus, Barbarossa, Stardust, Human, Spetsnaz. I would say Lazarus. Who else? Archangel from Liberation Y. Archangel is no longer with us. He passed on earlier this year, but his content is still up and running and readily available. I would say start off with them. And start off with them. You will see a huge difference between the things that they say and the things that a lot of other MGTOW say. A lot of other MGTOW are down and dirty. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to them. The Lion of MGTOW is another one. Talk to these guys. David Carroll is another one. Not the singer David Carroll. David Carroll is black. He's not I don't believe he's a MGTOW, but he's definitely down in the trenches. Black Ram 313. Tommy Sotomayor, for that matter. He's one of the earliest examples of a man going his own way. I don't believe that he identifies as a MGTOW, but yeah, Riff Magos is another one. Get with all of these guys, and just you can go back in this little section here, pause it, write those names down, go subscribe to all of those channels, and if you can, the Barbarossa channel is called Barbar, B-A-R-B-A-R, and he hasn't done a lot of stuff, so if you want to listen to some of his older stuff, which I would recommend, then go to like a Barbarossa mirror channel. There's a lot of people out that mirror stuff. Big John is another one. You got a very nice mix in there with those names. Terrence Pop is another one. And if you guys in the chat can drop some names for this young man, for the Pool Dork, I'm sure that he would appreciate it quite a bit. I just saw Traversable Philosophy. He used to be Traversable MGTOW. He's another good one. And even though I don't see eye to eye with Global Man puts out some stuff too. You know, I don't see eye to eye with him on a lot of stuff, but I won't discount the good stuff that comes out. I won't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. It's bullshit. Vention MGTOW has been dealing with a whole bunch of shit physically over the last 18 months that you would probably be interested in knowing how to deal with should it ever visit you. You know, we got a lot of guys in here, man, and they can drop some great shit. Coach Greg Adams, I just saw that pop up. I would recommend Mr. Hate Vicious, but Hate Vicious is taking a break right now, so I'm not going to say that. Mr. Forma, Red Pill Elite. There's red pills, MGTOWs, and monks in all of this stuff. So, and I think that you've got a lot of good choices there from Pool Dork, for the Pool Dork. Start going through these selections. Listen to them. Listen carefully to them. You see, you're going to find a whole bunch of flavors of MGTOW and men that are exiting the system of usury, of control. And when you find the one that you want, there's going to be 10 more just like that one that you can listen to. I don't get stuck in the idea of listening to the same person all the time. I spread that shit all over the place so that I can get a nice, even feel for what's going on and what people are saying. So that's just my personal thoughts on that, and I hope that that helps you. I hope that that helps. Eyes wide open, deep within the armpit of the gynocracy. Goodness. Jose, I think that's Jose Rizal, India. Oh, yeah. Somebody banging messages out here. You wrenches taking care of my shit. Thank you very much. Angel of Destruction laughing his ass off. But I don't know why, man. I don't. Eddie MGTOW, Mars doesn't sound so bad. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Bakamek 1, MGTOW needs to colonize Mars and make it our home base. I think if MGTOW could come up with a rocket ship and run their... You know what I think the whole colonization move is going to be? I think that colonization is going to be for elites. I hate to call them that, but it's going to be for the people that have the money and the power. And they're going to go colonize other fucking planets, and they're going to leave all their slave laborers on this planet. I can't say that I mind being on this planet because it's the only one that I know. But if I could read the tea leaves and see the way that these people think about you, about me, yeah... Line of MGTOW, Mars, how about Jupiter? I don't think you would like Jupiter. I don't think you'd like Jupiter. I don't think anybody would like Jupiter if they're being vaporized by trying to get to the planet's surface. There is no real surface. Ding, ding, ding. Lone space traveler. Howdy Hammer from somewhere in Texas. Well, howdy. Howdy back. I appreciate you being here, brother man. Appreciate you. Your dude, Germany. There you go. Brian Bako, Lamont, California. We got a bunch of Cali freaks in here, man. Zool, at producer, the point of a chill stream is to chill. I would agree. That's why I call it a chill stream, gentlemen, so we could just sit here, talk, shoot the shit, and not be overtly or overly political. I will do that in my regular videos, but on these chill streams, man, I just want to bring information to you if I've got it, or just sit around and talk. You know, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's pretty good, man. The way that things are going with people now, people aren't going out and doing this anymore. They're not shaking hands anymore. They're not giving each other a friendly hug or a pat on the back anymore. That's been gone for a long time. It didn't just happen this year. You know? This is the way that people are making friends now. It's fucked up. It's weird. It's strange. Give me 2 seconds, gents. I'm going to jump out of here real quick and check with somebody. Entertain yourselves, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, gents. Thank you for being patient and waiting for me. I appreciate it. Oh, get these back on. Not that I can or cannot hear. Oh, yeah, somebody just popped up Undead Chronic, too. And if you're into roasts, if you're into watching somebody kick the asshole out of feminism, yeah, Undead Chronic's pretty good. Pretty goddamn good. James Von Maxwell, the ginger hamster, is pretty all right. He has a very unique delivery. The everyday MGTOW. Stay strong, Vention. MGTOW, absolutely, 100%. MGTOW Elder Monk and Pathfinder, salute to the Godfather. I don't know about all that. No, do I look older than I actually am? I don't know about all that. There's people that predate me in this. I mean, quite a few people. Quite a few people. But I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. MB San Francisco with the nice rainbow colors. Oh. Reverend 20 piece. It's good to see you in here, Rev. Nice to see you, brother. SCE, good evening. Shinobi One, shouting out Sifu. Let's roll Fort Myers, Florida. Duality reality. They can't help themselves, can they? At SCE. Goodness gracious, gentlemen. Goodness gracious. Midas the Stallion. MGTOW is Legion, baby. In some respects, yes. But in the vast majority of all of the things that you can say about MGTOW, you can't say that they bitch think. And I can tell you, I can prove that to you. How many, I ain't trying to stir no shit up here, but how many MGTOW bitch and complain and go at one another trying to establish their own ground rules for their own sovereignty? And then they're going at Red Pill, and then Red Pill's going at them, and I gotta be honest, I'm kind of the only real rabble-rousing monk out there. You know, most monks think that you should be like, with big fat robes, sitting on a stone tablet somewhere. And yeah, that's a good monk. I can't take that away from them. But when I see and hear things that I have to get out there, I have to get them out there. They have to happen, and it's got to happen. So I get a lot of comments about, man, I've never heard a monk cuss the way that you cuss and say the things that you say. And they just have a different understanding of what a monk is. And maybe I just have a different understanding of what a monk is. I always have to give you that one. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's Maybelline. Harry Holbrook, greetings, Elephant and Butter, New Mexico Desert Dweller says hello all. Holy shit, that is a mouthful. Elephant Butte, I thought it said butter. Elephant Butte, New Mexico. Yes, sir. Thank you for checking in, sir. Appreciate that. Easter Incorporated, yes, all of you rock. Hold it down in your town. Bam. Zool, at Matthew Stoicism, can't have one without the other. Luke Chase, MGTOW, Canada, MGTOW forever. If any nations need MGTOW, it would be Australia and Canada. It would be Australia and Canada. Cryptos, Logos, how's are ya, Hammer? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Oh. I'm chilling. Oh. God bless America, land that I love, stand beside me. I'm not going to finish it, but you know what I'm saying. Goodness gracious, I'm chilling, man, chilling. Shinobi One, at Hammerhand, when is a good age to get my son a phone? Or should he be like myself and not get one until he can buy his own car? Okay, I'll give you my own thoughts on that. My son had a phone, a cell phone, a working cell phone at the age of 10. He was miserably irresponsible, cost me money out the ass, and was doing shit on the phone that he shouldn't have been doing. Looking at shit that he shouldn't have been looking at, and exposing himself to danger that he had no idea was out there. If it were me, I would not hand any mobile supercomputer to a kid. If I could do that over, I would undo it. Plain and simple. And you always have to understand that it's not just what your kid can do, it's what other people with the phone and the numbers and the access to kids can do. So I wouldn't do it. I'm 17, 18, but of course, you know, them going to school and like, what? You don't have a phone? Man, you're a fag. You know, then you're going to have to put up with that shit too. Or your kids will. In my case, when my son is going through some shit, I'm going through some shit. So if he's being fucked with, I'm being fucked with. And I always find a resolution to that. But if I could say it to you that just that fucking plain, I wouldn't get a young child a cell phone. I'd get him like a dumb phone, like just a talkie, like flip that bitch. Yes, hey, what's up? Oh, what? No computer screen? I can't do shit except dial a number. Then I'd get him that. But getting them a smartphone, no fucking way. If I could undo that, I would undo it in a heartbeat. It was a mistake. Should have never done it. That's just my opinion, though. Usurp. My dad always told me, son, you gotta save some for yourself. Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Going to the bottom of the chat, gentlemen, and I'm gonna work my way up. That sounded a little funny, but hey, you know what I'm saying. We America, I think that's what, 110. It comes across weird in the chat here. Get ready for the election chaos. Oh, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be fun. Are you kidding me? No chaos here, brother. It's going to be fucking hilarious. It's going to be a riot. The entire world is going to be sitting around with a fucking dinner plate, a knife, and a fork, salivating, waiting to get a piece of this country. They're going to do it. I promise you they're going to do it. Whirlwind MGTOW. Israel and India need MGTOW pretty bad too. Israel is fucked up. Israel is fucked up. There are specials on YouTube that you can watch about daily Israeli life and how these Israeli women, they just wipe their asses with the men over there. And I'm sure it's no different in India or Pakistan. I'm sure it's the same way. The Israeli women, I used to think, you know, you look at somebody like Gal Gadot, right? And you're like, oh man, she's kind of fucking hot. You know, that's what a nice girl that would be to know. I mean, not for myself, but you know what I mean. But she's pretty, she's statuesque, right? She's too skinny though. For me, for my taste, too skinny, way too thin. But she's so charming, right? And so becoming and so inviting until you get her alone or until she thinks there's not a camera on her. Now, I'm not saying that Godot herself is like that, but Israeli women, they're like that. The American hoes over here, they're like that. Nasty bitches. Nasty. Aaron Castle at MGTOW Elder Monk. What is the difference between Hikomori and MGTOW at this point? Some of them have become more social. I'm going to leave that to you to answer, sir. Dwayne Hicks, nice to catch your stream, Hammerhand. Well, thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Vlad Tepes, saw some of it, not too big of a fan. I don't know what you're talking about there, Vlad. Duality Reality, stop it! I'm turning green. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but yeah, I'm kind of sorry. A little bit sorry. I funked her first. Beautiful. You talking about that? Do you want to see the big one? You want to see the, that's just the little one. That's the little one right here. Yeah, that's just the little one. That's the little one. The 50 cal is sitting over there. That's the 357. Hold on a second. Oh man. Oh, yes, I have a chamber lock. Oh man. Oh man. There it is. The Mossberg 590, 10 shot, one in the chamber, with the, ooh, pull that bitch off. You gonna watch me undress him? Oh, man. Duality, reality. Oh, it smells like freedom. Oh, it's beautiful. Let me get this back on here. You don't even want to fuck around with this, man. It's carbon steel. That's the sharpest, hardest goddamn steel I've ever seen. But, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just showing off a little bit. Oh, man. Line of MGTOW. I got my baby eagle. I have never seen a baby eagle. You're going to have to... well, fuck that. I'll go look it up after the fact. But, yeah. In the line of work that you're in, that a lot of us are in, you are out of your fucking mind to run around unarmed. I don't do that. But yeah, you would have to be half out of your fucking mind to run around unarmed doing what we do. The first year that I got into the business, there were 8 truck drivers that were murdered waiting for their stop at a gas station, or because somebody suffered road rage and got out of their car and killed them at a traffic light. One guy was held up at gunpoint in Illinois by a 17-year-old kid, robbed him for $11, and then shot him to death. Yeah, you'd be out of your mind to do this business and not take care of yourself. Oh, man. Cool. I'm sorry, gents. Let me jump back on this chat here. The everyday MGTOW. The succubus spirit is alive and well in Western Whammon. Let me see. I think I can sign off on that one. I'll co-sign that statement. I'll agree with you on that. Zool. Oh, my. KD, a smartphone is an opening into the abyss. Yes, it is. You know, when I started dealing with phones, I thought that it was great to have a mobile. I resisted getting a mobile phone for a long time. I didn't want one. I thought that they were bullshit. I hated the idea of having a fucking pager. Remember before or after pagers came out, and then before they were integrating keyboards into cell phones, there used to be like this flip top pager. It wasn't like a BlackBerry, but it was kind of like a BlackBerry. Everybody was going to those. Motorola was making those. I used to quality test those motherfuckers. Hated them. Couldn't stand them. Used to wake up in the middle of the fucking night and hear the goddamn quality assessment beeping and shit. Bugged the shit out of me. They didn't last very long. Not long at all. But yeah, mobile phones, cell phones, smartphones are bullshit. They're bullshit. And that's why I don't ever give my number out to anybody. Very few exceptions. Very few exceptions. Brandon Silva, hardy har. I funked her first. Lots of love for the steel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Midas the Stallion. Oh my God. She's beautiful. I have to correct you. He is beautiful. There's no vaginal fluid on these guns. None. Yeah. Duality, reality. I hate you. Love from England. I know you do, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's why we have record-breaking gun sales for the last straight 8 months. From January to right now, every month has set consecutive gun sale records here in this country. There are about 400 million guns, a billion rounds of ammunition in private hands. Good fucking luck taking this country. We see what the politicians are doing. We see how we're being sold down the river. Good luck getting this country. That's anybody. MGTOW Life, just beauty. You ought to show yours off, man. I know you did it in one video. That's a fucking monster. It's a, what is it, 500 grain Magnum? Was it 500 grains? Crazy shit. Crazy. Vention MGTOW, LOL. Makes my 380 look kind of small. Easy to carry, concealed though. Well, that's one problem with having these very large firearms. I have these in case I want to produce a lot of corpses. It's truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm actually thinking about, I'm going to get two more. I'm going to get me a compact, probably a compact 40, and I'm going to get something that shoots a 5.56. Something. I don't know what it's going to be, but I saw a beautiful Heckler & Koch not too long ago, an HK. Beautiful, beautiful motherfucker. $2,900. Yeah, I can swing that. So, yeah. I got two more purchases, but not until after the election. We're going to see what goes down there. Luke Chase, Army Style. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Madink Cole, Hammerhand, the MGTOW Monk. Yes, sir. Prune Picker, Kentucky Toothpick. Yeah. Bro, I'm not kidding you when I say this. When you get into the interior of the country, if you're a city slicker, if you're somebody that's used to city environment, you will start to see people that are mad ass carrying, like open carry everywhere. It's completely legal here. As a matter of fact, now you don't even need a concealed carry to conceal carry. There's almost national reciprocity on that. We just got a few states that are really dragging their fucking feet and their knuckles when it comes to open reciprocity. And that's what we need more than anything. We need every state in this union to endorse concealed carry with no license, because fuck that, and open carry. And there's a lot, I think there's like 30 states, which is surprising to me. I didn't think it was that much. 30 states that open carry. Don't hold me to that number. I'm not sure about that. But I know it's a pretty big number. And because I haven't done my gun stats in a while. But hell yeah, man. Hell's yeah. MGTOW Life. Oh, it smells like freedom. Fuck yeah, it does, boy. Woo. Oh, Dwayne Hicks. I used to have a Desert Eagle BB gun. Perfect replica when I was younger. Thing was a beast in one hand. Yeah, man. This thing is... This is 5 pounds dry weight, no clip. 5 pounds. That's before you put the 1 pound of 50 cal shells in it, and then you change the fucking barrel to the 50 cal, and you have to change the bolt. So it's not super fast. If you were in a pinch, you would be in trouble. But if you have 7 minutes, 8 minutes, you can change the bolt and the barrel and go from 357 to 50. So pretty easy. As long as you know your way around the gun. If you've never disassembled the gun before, you will have problems. Sky Pirate, building my first AR with 20-inch chrome-lined barrel and forged lower. That sounds good, buddy. That sounds good. I don't know if I'm going to go grab an AR. I was really enamored with that HK. I really wanted that motherfucker. I'm looking at some of the FNs. I like them. But I want something that fires a 5.56 because I was fascinated with the way that biceps flew off of people in Kenosha. So I think I want one of those. Oh, man. MGTOW, Converted Men of Excellence. I was waiting to see the bump stock on it. Yeah, it's just a standard stock. It's just standard. It's right there. It's got the air cushion for your shoulder. You know, but it's just standard. Nothing super special about that one. I think what I want to do is just drop a fucking round. Sure the fuck did. So I went and moved that fucking receiver. Drop the load out. But what I want to do is get the composite stock for this 590 over here, this shotgun that has the foldable stock. I think that would be really slick, and I've already got a sling that's made for that. So good shit, man, good shit. The Pool Dork, get familiar with the forward thrust hammer, get used to being born again hard. I've fired before. I've fired a lot before. When I first, this is my second Desert Eagle. My first Desert Eagle was a 50. I had a 45 caliber Ruger. I had a 590 shotgun. So yeah, I've fired before. Not a bad shot either. I'm not a marksman, but I'm not a bad shot. Shit, man, my son and I were out. I've got a BB gun sitting right over there in that corner. A little Daisy BB gun. This kid, with as bad a vision as he's got, he doesn't have great vision. That's why he wears those big, thick glasses. But he was popping bottle caps. We go scrounge up some fucking bottle caps. He's popping bottle caps and knocking holes in the bottle caps from 30 paces with a fucking Daisy with a BB gun. And more 60% of the time he's good. 60%. If he sits down, that's just on the fly. Now, if he sits down and he takes his time, he goes up to 80%. He's a good shot. Fucking 12 and a half. He's a good shot. Jeg, hey, you had a really good 3-hour stream last night. Thank you, sir. I listened to all of it at work. You were amazing. I don't know about all of that amazing shit, man. I appreciate the compliment, but I try not to let stuff like that infiltrate my thinking meat. You know, thank you, Terrence Pop, for the reference. I appreciate that. But man, I just do what I do, and I tell everybody. I get asked so much, and it still happens. I mean, it's years and years and years since I started this channel. Well, this is the second one, but you know what I'm saying. And I tell everybody, I'm just some fucking guy. I'm just some guy that got tired of getting kicked. I couldn't stand it anymore, and I knew I had to say something. And I think that a lot of you are the same way. That's why you do the best that you can do. You comment, you like, you share, you subscribe. All of those things matter. And not just with me, but with all of the content creators that you listen to or that you like. You know, hell, I share and like good content from people that I don't really care for. You know, everybody lucks out once in a while and makes a great video, right? Even me. and I'll share their shit because it could affect somebody. You know, it could get to somebody that really, really needs it. So when people are out there and they're making rivalries and they're trying to start beefing with one another to try to gin up fucking support for their channels and their viewers and all of that shit, I'll participate, you know, to a degree. But you know where I lie on that shit. I don't do that for looks or likes or subs. I do that to stop usury. That's the only reason that I do that, is to stop usury. Because I fucking hate usury. Andorian nationalists. Any MGTOW need to leave their current city, try somewhere new. I think I'm pretty straight where I'm at. You know, Louisville, I'm on the outskirts of Louisville. So I'm not in the city. I'm nowhere near the city. But if it got fucking gnarly, we are a hub. You know, we have 10 fucking interstates within 20 miles of downtown Louisville. So you can really get the fuck down the road. You can really get the fuck down the road if you need to, if you have to. Vlad Tepes. Fat single mothers at my work are on the prowl for a better sponsor. They even look to see what cars we get into. Oh, that's so slimy when we leave. The more expensive the car, the more attention they give. But they're not going to acknowledge that. They're not going to tell you that that's what they do. They don't do that. Are you kidding? Come on. We've got our own money. We don't need your... Yeah, you got your own money, bitch. And you want to spend mine and then fucking exit stage left with all of your shit too. Fuck you, scumbag. Fucking hate them hoes. I can't stand people that do shit like that. It's so annoying. Hold on, it just fucking jumped again. Now I can be fucking shitty, really shitty, because it just jumped again. Sorry, gang. I'll get back up there in a second. Is Mr. Former in the house? Mr. Former is in the house. Shout out, Mr. Former. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you. Still making them pizzas? I watch your videos, brother. I love the daily pizza making. I think that's outstanding. I did that for about 10 or 12 years, 10 or 15 years, on and off. On and off. I can make the fuck out of a pizza. Love pizza. I love to cook. As a matter of fact, I just got back from the grocery store not too long before I sat down to do this, and I make the meanest stuffed bell pepper. Oh, man. I make a mean fucking stuffed bell pepper. Successful endeavors. Mountain. Feeling like a fucked up run over dog, but I'm still here. Yeah, and that's the most important thing, man, is to still be breathing. Still be breathing. Line of MGTOW. Hell, I open carry. I would open carry everywhere that I could. Everywhere that I could. I open carry here. Plain and simple. You don't have to take any special precautions here. For getting jacked, yeah, but that's everywhere. Aaron Castle, at Vincent MGTOW, I have been looking for de-Googled phone firmware, and there are a lot out there, but now that people figure out how, they're getting zucked. I don't know what zuck, you mean like Zuckerberg? Sky Pirate, make certain you get a pistol that was not originally designed for 9mm and bored out to be, there's no, this right here, these are solid castings right here. These are solid castings. There is nothing in there. There's no sleeve, no nothing. They're solid castings. Matter of fact, I've got the 50 barrel right there. You can look down. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but you can look down in there. Let me see if I can get that bitch to focus a little bit. You can look down in there and you can see that's just bored out. That's solid machining all the way through. Kind of see the rifling a little bit. But yeah, that's solid all the way through. That's the 50 barrel right there. Oh man. Get that oxidation off of there. I think it's about time that I go and get me some fucking gun oil and shine this bitch up a little bit. I got to take it out to the range, man. I got to get out to the range here in the next week or two. And thank you for that. And that's a very good point. Dan Wesson of the Smith & Wesson company, I don't know how he was associated with it, but he used to make a very big Magnum that had a hollowed out barrel with just a fucking tube, and it's screwed in from the ejection end where the bullet comes out, and you're only going to get a few shots off of that before it starts to strip the fucking force of the muzzle. The muzzle brake is just forcing that fucking ring off of the tube. I can't see how something like that goes to production. It's just so stupid, so reckless and cheap. Designed for a 9mm and bored out to handle 40 frame problems. Yeah. Well, for anybody, you always want to make sure that when you get a pistol, pay the extra and get a new pistol. And always check. When they say new, yeah, it's new, man. Always check. Because motherfuckers will dump dumb shit on you if they can do it. If they feel like they're going to get stuck with something, they'll gladly not tell you something. Steve Ashdown, do the feminists have guys that shoot tampons at MGTOW? Yes! Yes, of course they do. They've got semi-automatic tampon shooters on that side of the aisle. Nasty bitches. Frankly, my dear, what did you think of that Dragon's Breath ammo? I thought that was pretty interesting. I went and watched that. I thought it was pretty interesting. I don't think that I'd want to see it hit a person. I don't think I'd want to see that hit a person. But then again, I've got a 50 caliber handgun down here. I don't think I'd want to see that hit a person. And 9 fucking stainless steel balls right here. I don't think I'd want to see that hit a person. But if somebody's going to get fucking stupid and, try you and they're going to push their fucking luck, what can you do? You make the choice to live or die. I don't want to fucking extinct a motherfucker. I don't want to go and get somebody killed, but I'm not going down because they have a fucking murder rage, a murder hard on. I'm not going down for them. They're going down. Fuck them. Duality, reality. When I grow up, I want an AR-15. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't think I'm going to do the AR-15, man. I really don't. I think... Okay. Charlie Juliet at Hammerhand reposting a question from earlier in the chat. Whatever happened to Mr. Elite? Used to follow him. Been out of the loop for a while. He's around. He does not go by Mr. Elite anymore. He has had a bit of a change. He is Red Pill Elite now. Red Pill Elite. Still banging and slanging and occasionally knocking boots, but, you know, that ain't working out too well. And kind of tried to tell him, you know, it's not working out too well. But if you've got to get something out of your system and you have to learn the fucking hard way, then that's what you do. You learn the hard way. I don't advise it. I don't think you should do it. But I don't think that I need to have somebody smash me in the face with a hammer to understand that it's going to hurt. Not even just once. I know it's going to hurt. I know it's going to stink. I know it's going to fucking suck. I know that there's going to be after effects. And I know that it will affect me in some way, shape, or form for a very long time. That's why I don't mess with females in any way, shape, or form. Now, do I have a couple of female friends that I talk to? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Do I discount them because they happen to be female? No. Do I put myself in the position of being harmed by them? No. No, and no. One I have known since 2010? Since 2010, and the other one I've never met in person. Talked to her, happened to meet her through a random Facebook conversation years ago. It's been like 5 years. Yeah, it's been like 5 years. And I talked to her, like text, like maybe once or twice a month. That's about it. She has a very hectic, very busy life. So that's it. That's it. I don't do anything else at all with them. As for that matter, I don't fuck around with men at all. Not really. I used to love the idea of having friends, of getting a boatload of men together and going out to fucking McDonald's or Bowl or a fucking movie or something. You know, those used to be some very fun times, but they were very different times. When my friends started becoming exposed to women, they changed a lot. A lot. It was so pronounced I couldn't remain friends with them anymore. And not for lack of trying. It's just you find out what's really important to somebody down the road. And I found out that for almost all of them, every single one of them, as a matter of fact, I can't say almost, every single one of them, when vagina came a-calling, everything else died. And then you understand your place in the hierarchy real fucking fast. And I wasn't about that shit. And I didn't want that. So, yeah, do I miss having friends? Yeah. Yeah. I can't tell you that I don't miss having friends. But I've got 205 friends sitting here staring at my face right now. What's up, friends? What's up, gentlemen? How you doing out there? 205 of you insanos in the box. 152 Fonzies. Hey, thank you very much, gentlemen. I do appreciate you. Do appreciate you. All right, I think it's time. I'm gonna get to my little story. I told you earlier tonight. Let me back this bitch up. I told you earlier tonight that I went out and bought me a couple of fucking great hoodies, a couple of really decent shirts over here. I've never in my life paid $50 for a shirt. And I just went out and paid $50 for 2 shirts. And $70 hoodies. So I get up to the counter, and I tell this girl, and she's kind of a decent looking girl. You know how it is when you go to the stores that I go to, right? I don't shop at Walmart because I'm fucking wide and I'm fucking tall. So Walmart doesn't do fucking wide and fucking tall. Not often. Not often. Those shipments are gone coming off the truck. So I go to this place, DXL. It used to be casual male. Now it's DXL. They're way overpriced. Way overpriced. But I do like the clothes. The clothing is made well. It's made decently. It stands up, right? This girl, I'm not fucking kidding you. I called ahead of time and I said, you guys do the whole mask thing? And she says, well, yeah, they do. I said, well, you know, I kind of have a medical. And she's like, oh, well, then no. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be there shortly. You know, and we fucking got in the car. I took my son with me so that he could see what was going on. I'm just clearing a message. Sorry about that. And we jumped inside, and the same girl met me at the front. I said, I believe I talked to you a few moments ago about not wearing the mask because of a medical. She's like, oh, yeah, me. They always put in these men's stores, they don't put men in the men's stores. They put these little 120, 130 pound, 5'2" women. You know, her fucking eyelashes, I'm not joking. It's like if I felt like I could touch her eyelash and it would grab my fucking finger. Her eyelashes were like this. No fucking joke, man. She had like fucking inch-long eyelashes. Very bizarre. She's wearing, bro, in a fucking business, in a place of business, she's wearing a shirt that cuts from her neck all the way down to her sternum. And she's got fucking side titty hanging out on both sides in the fucking store on the clock. You know why they put them there. You know why. I guarantee you they say, no, we want you to suggestive sell because nobody ever talks to these fat losers. They'll buy it. They will. I know that that's what they say to these people. I can't prove it. But come on, give me a break. On the outside world, how many of these people ever come at you that look like that? And you know, they're just like, you're such a man. Motherfuckers do that in these stores. I'm like, get the fuck off me. Don't touch me. You know, don't need. Yeah, we got some problem. Don't touch me. So she rings this shit up, right? Fucking $70 hoodie, $30 shirt, $30 shirt. I said, you know, I'm not feeling this price. What can you do for me? Because I want to buy it, but I don't like this price. And she just looks at me, and I'm like, can you cut a coupon to a desperate man? You know? And she sits there and she's just like, sure. She pulls out her fucking phone, and she's got them motherfuckers on speed dial. She boom, knocked $80 off my shit. And I'm walking out the door, I'm like, oh yeah. She just lost her commission. But I didn't walk out the door that fucking fast. What I did was, I sat there and I talked to her for a minute. Started throwing that old 50-year shine on her, boy. And she was telling me every goddamn thing about her life. Everything. Every fucking thing. Told me that she's in school to be a lawyer, an immigration attorney. I'm like, so I'm like, oh. And I could feel my fucking face crunch up when she said immigration attorney, and she noticed it. And I said, what kind of immigration attorney? And she said, oh, legal immigration attorney. And I said, oh, that's fucking good. Because otherwise you'd have been wasting your money and your life. We sat there and talked for 10 minutes, and she was trying to tell me how evil it was that people could come to this country and be considered illegal. And I said, but as an immigration attorney, which makes you a lawyer, which makes you bound by law on the books, how can you have such a contradictory opinion of your chosen field? And she's like, Oh, okay, you're right. You're right. Of course you're right. And I'm like, you're goddamn right. I'm right. Legal immigration, I don't have too much of a problem with, as long as it's not a million fucking people a year, because it alters the fabric of this country. It alters the tapestry of this country, plain and simple. And I got problems with illegal immigration, big time. And I got problems with massive legal immigration. So yeah, it was funny though. She clearly was a lefty. But it was interesting to see how she was using her body, because she felt like she was maneuvering me. She did. She felt like she was maneuvering me. She didn't realize that I walked in there with half a fucking bank and a gold bar ready to buy clothes. It had nothing to do with her. But by the end of the conversation, she had told me her whole fucking life story. It was only about 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes, you know? She was laughing and hooting and hollering it up, and yeah. Fucking weird, man. It's weird. It's funny to me how we get so many men that say that they're so deprived and attention starved, and then if you pay the slightest bit of attention to a female, any female, they will puke their life on you in a hot fucking second. It's the same for them. It's the same for them. But I ain't here to fix their problems or to help them. I'm here to waste your time and talk shit to you for 2 fucking hours. 1 hour and 22 minutes. Doesn't it seem like it's only been about 5? Does this fucking thing ever close? I don't know. Arr, arr, arr. Mr. Former, come on up and work for a day, Hammer. Where would that be? Because I don't know where you's at. I don't know where you are, sir. Chronic Blast, currently listening while at work. Boss approved, I hope. 737 Pilot Doc Sport. I'm just going to call you 737. Holy shit. $5 is too much to spend on any woman. Al Bundy. I love Al Bundy. But, if you watch Married with Children very closely, and you take that ingrained, burned into your brain red pill knowledge, and you apply it to Al Bundy, he's a sucker, a simp, and he's getting punked out by the flesh pimp. I love Al Bundy. I love when he occasionally wins, but he's a sucker. He's a sucker. That's how they get you, man. They give you your prototypical male model, and they just slide that shit under the radar. You don't even know it's there. Usurp Stuffed Peppers the bomb. I make a killer stuffed green pepper, stuffed bell pepper. Okay, now let me get all the fucking way down to the bottom and do this one more again. All right. Jim Nichols, Shinobi One, many thanks. Vincent Migtow at Hammerhand, sweet. She was probably craving a father figure. Yeah. I said a long time ago, when I was talking with a couple of former friends, that I would, that we were all talking about what kind of bitch would you want if you could build a bitch. You know, you could go to the mall and they got a store called Build a Bitch. What kind of bitch would you build? You know, and I'd be like, nah, not interested. I mean, I have my ideas on what I consider to be ideal, but I have such a wide range of likes and, well, let's be honest, dislikes, that it doesn't matter to me. Personality for me is the most important thing. So I always said to these guys, anytime this conversation would come up or they'd start circling that shit like a shark smelling blood in the water, I'd tell them I would rather have a woman's trust than her body. Plain and simple. Now that edict holds true today, but I don't fuck with them. I don't mess with them. They're too dangerous. The shit surrounding them, the ideologies and the edicts that surround them are too dangerous. I'm not gonna get caught up in that bullshit. Fuck all that. Excuse me. Reverend 20 piece, 4'9", 225, 9 inches, uncut. I'm not touching that one, Rev. Are you drinking? I ain't touching that one. The survivalist. They all do. Just let them talk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you make a really good point. It shows how starved all people are for human contact and human interest. But men, whether you call yourself an incel, a red pill, a MGTOW, a monk, a blue pill, a normie, whatever you call yourself, men have the ability to just jump outside of that and not fucking completely collapse or internalize everything. We know how to get rid of it. I think it's instinctual for us. For them, not so much. The survivalists, they love to project their bullshit. Yes, they do. Yes. Successful endeavors, whole lot of trouble there. Fuck yes it is. Zool. I do that shit a lot. I do that at work. When somebody gets on my nerves, I just look at them like, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, you know what the fuck that is. Don't make me repeat myself. Shinobi one, negative. Jim Nichols, the thanks and blessings are all on me, brother, a MGTOW. KD, at Mountain Man, really enjoyed your videos. Have you been making any recently? Nice to see you in here, Double M, by the way. Madink Cole, they overprice the stuff and hope men will buy to impress them. Well, their fucking storefront is extravagant. So, yeah, their storefront is extravagant. So they're paying for the fucking store by tacking money on to every purchase, every item of clothing that is in there. But I told her straight up, I said, look, I want to buy all of this, but I don't want to pay this price. So something's going back if you can't help me out. Nice, giving her the little side eye, flirting with her a little bit. She didn't respond to my flirting. She has a coupon in there. She knows she's going to do that. She wants to make the sale. So she took a smaller cut on the commission, and I was grateful for it. Come on, let's be real about that. Wet Palette Warrior. Immigration attorney, no brains though. No. She was talking about, she made a reference to her father. It wasn't a negative reference, but she made a reference to her father and what she thought by asking him, going to school with all this pandemic shit, was that she just couldn't teach herself some of these disciplines and concepts, and that it was difficult for her, and I'm like, yeah, I understand that it's difficult, but everybody is in this, so you're going to have to do it. You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and put your big girl pants on, and you got to make that grade. You have to make it happen. But she didn't seem very positive about her future in immigration law. Cheers. Oh, goodness gracious. MGTOW Life. Love this story. Thank you, ML. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, brother. Wet Palette Warrior. Insurrection attorney. Yeah, you ain't fucking kidding. She was very clearly a lefty, and she knew by talking to me that I was very clearly not. So, yeah. Mountain Man at KD. Yeah, I made one 2 weeks ago, but the audio is not good. Not sure if I'll put it up. Put it up, man. Put it up. Fuck all that. Put it up. If the audio sucks, you'll get a couple of comments, but the people that can get something out of it will. Put it up. Fuck it. There's a lot of guys that do windy videos or loud driving videos with shitty audio. The proper lad at Hammerhand. That's the problem. All legal matters are open for interpretation. The law isn't the law, essentially. That's why it said law is a practice, not a science. Wrap that. Well, I agree with you, and I also disagree with you. The law is the law, and where it is subject to interpretation, that is where interpretation occurs. Where it is ironclad and all of the loopholes have been closed, it is not subject to interpretation. You can advance the law, you can amend the law, or you can strike the law. And those are the only avenues that you have open, other than armed insurrection. Andorian nationalist. I wish MGTOW had a community internet site so we could trade and barter our skills and services to each other. I think that stuff like this is going to start to happen. If you're paying attention to culture, to pop culture, and the way that things are going, and you're reading the fucking tea leaves, you can see clearly, very, very clearly, that the systems that enable, like the entertainment industry, music, books, movies, publishing, all of these things are radically degrading, and they are changing so fast that the industry cannot keep up with the changes. What you look at when you see these things, what I see are systems of control that are breaking down. These people want to take an exceptional few, and in a lot of cases today, none of them are really exceptional, but they want to control them, market their books or their movies or their music or whatever form of entertainment it is, whatever form entertainment takes to these people. They want to market it, funnel it, control it, and pipe you down with it. That's what they want to do. That shit's going away. These right here, GoFundMe, Kickstarter. Well, Kickstarter kind of sucks because they have gatekeepers, but GoFundMe, Indiegogo, even fucking GoFundMe does questionable shit. But there's a lot of people that are working with one another now, and they're just completely bypassing all of these established corporate industrial like pay centers. That's really all that they are. It's just like they churn out this mediocre fucking product now, and they expect people to just go, that's what they expect. It's not fucking happening. It's not happening. So yeah, it's fascinating to see what's going on out here in the world, and to see how people are not just circumventing these established pathways of usury, but they're creating their own pathways to financial independence and freedom. You have no further to look than anybody that is running Comicsgate right now. The comics mainline industry is in fucking shambles. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. But people like Ethan Van Sciver, Dan Fraga, who else? There's a couple more guys out there. There's a couple of guys out there that just did an indie comic called Fatal, F-A-T-L, intergalactic bounty hunter type shit, right? These motherfuckers, Cecil, that Star Wars girl, Anna, they're all doing shit, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars by direct marketing, right? Direct to consumer marketing. I just saw an advo for Happy Humble Hermit putting up a video. Been a minute for him. So there you go, gents. Happy Humble Hermit. Triple H is publishing again. Glad to see that. But yeah, all of these pathways to this usury is coming down. They're coming apart, and I can't wait to see it happen. I want to see everything be direct to consumer. Everything. All these third party, like I'm a real pop culture fan when it comes to toys. And all of these third-party makers of G.I. Joe, the 3 3/4 action figure, Transformers, all of these third-party companies, they don't need Hasbro to do this shit. They don't need the blessing of whoever owns the Transformers trademarks to do this stuff. They just do it. And their fucking products are amazing. They are really good products. And I'm into them. I buy them. When I can. When I can. Duality Reality. Hello, sir, at MGTOW Thread. Is Mr. MGTOW Thread in here? Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Andorian Nationalist. I wish MGTOW had a community. We just said that one. Yeah, I wish so, too. And I think that we're getting a lot closer to that, bro. I think we're getting a lot closer to that. Stone Reaper. Some woman brought me breakfast the other morning. I just said thanks and walked out the door. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Dwayne Hicks, wouldn't be surprised if you caught her on a sugar baby site to help pay for tuition. Let me tell you something about sugar babies. That is becoming extraordinarily dangerous to do. There have been a couple of lawsuits involving sugar babies. And the sugar babies, they're prostitutes. It's prostitution. I don't care how you say it, how you want to word it. Sex workers, no, they're whores. They're prostitutes. They're whoring themselves out for money. Plain and simple. They don't want to work, so they open their fucking legs. They're whores. They know that they can get fast money, lots of it, by being a whore. So that's what they are. They're whores. There are sugar babies that are now suing the guys that stop paying them, and they are winning in a court of law. Now, it hasn't, to my knowledge, happened in the United States, Australia, and Canada. It just can't be. It can't be real, you know. But it is. It is. It's unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Aaron Castle, Hammer. This story is too good. It's true, though. All the best stories are true stories. Well, some of them. I can't say all of them, but some of them. Silver Surf Studio. Damn, an $80 discount. Yeah, man. Let me look at it. DXL. It started out as what? Get that bitch on there. Get that bitch on there. Can you see it? $191, and I walked out paying $129. That was fucking great. That was great. Yeah, that was great. That was great. I feel good about $129. $200, I didn't feel so good about. So, you know, I just tell them straight, man. That's any goddamn buddy. I said, you got a coupon to help a brother out? Come on, man. Come on, help me out. Whips out that fucking phone, knocks $80 off of it. Love it. Mountain, man, goddamn it jumped. About ready to read the man's stuff, and it jumps. Eat this dick. I'm sorry about that, gang. Well, fuck. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to go back up a little bit, and then we'll just start there. Forgive me if I missed your comments or your questions. Mr. Forma, yo Hammer, women love to talk to anyone that will listen. Yeah, I know. They don't need to fuck you. They just want to dump that emotional and spiritual bilge on you and then send you on your way. Yeah, I'm very familiar with how they do. Yeah. Ascendance, Zool, that is the truth. You just notice things now. Logan Sicker, I think I got that right. Stopped stuffing thoughts and started stuffing pockets. I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you on that one. I got to tell you, this year, I have spent next to nothing and bagged an extra $8,000. You know, now a lot of folks are going to say, $8,000, big fucking deal. On top of what I already had. $8,000 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. If, like I was telling you, either the last stream or on a video, I can't remember which one it was, but I was saying, when my son starts working, I'm going to front him his first year of work, meaning I'll cover his living expenses, help him get into a vehicle so that he can save every penny for his first year. Do you know what an advantage that is on life? That's an enormous advantage for anybody. For anybody. No pressure, no bullshit. You're not sweating, you're not struggling, and as long as you can keep your ass in check and not spin yourself into a hole doing dumb shit, which we'll have to work on that one too, I'm sure, you have a massive advantage on almost everybody out there. Massive. When I get to that point and that is done, I will feel like I have reversed all of the damage that was done to myself and my brother. I had very high hopes for both of our sons, and it's worked out well so far. And I hope that it continues to work out well for both of us and for our sons. His son is doing fine, he's doing well. My son's only 12 and a half, but he's doing fine and he's doing well. And the kid is so fucking big now. Just from a couple of years ago, the first time I showed him on here, he's pushing north of 5'8", 170 pounds. And he's not fat. That fat that I was worried about, there's some of it on there, some of it on his body. But he's more than willing to amend his habits. He's been amending his habits. He's not been exercising bad habits with food. He's not been supplementing emotional or spiritual damage with food. The kid's doing great. He's doing great. We have a couple of issues, but not much. Not much. Now, I'm going to put him in a car here in the next 6 months. As soon as we get out of the winter season here and we get into spring, I'm going to put him behind the wheel at 13, and I'm going to teach him how to drive. And he'll drive me or pilot me around the neighborhood to my satisfaction. And then when he goes for his driver's test, when he goes for his permit, he will know exactly what to do and how to do it, and he'll be able to instruct the instructor. Because I said so. Back into this chat. I funked her first. I don't trust them. What is that? Martin R. Too bad women are untrustworthy. It's not just the fact that they're untrustworthy. They're coupled with treachery of the state. The state enables them to be that way. They know that they can just walk in there and say, "Gimme!" They know that they can do that. And the average guy is just going to be like, "Okay." That's going to be the average guy. But we're not average guys, are we? Mountain Man at KD. Big things are happening on the horizon. Big move, big career change. I can't wait. I want you to keep us up to date on that. Sink or swim, whether it goes good or it goes bad. Keep us up to date on that, brother. We always want to know that. Bikeamec 1. Personality is the number one most important thing to me. Then it's morals and values, and then beauty. I agree with you 100%. You can be attracted to a woman by your eyes. Those eyeballs will get you there, but personality, morals, ethics, principles, values, moral fiber, those will keep you there. And if you're fucking a zombie, somebody that has none of those, then you don't have them. And you have to keep that in mind. If you're fucking scumbags, you're a scumbag. So keep that in mind. If you don't have morals and ethics, if you don't have values and principles, moral fiber, you don't have to be a Puritan, not by any stretch of the imagination. But you can't tolerate fuckery. When you start doing that, you're compromised all the way down the line. And it's going to be a long, difficult, miserable fucking life for you. And I hope that it's not. I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to wish that on any of my brothers. Shinobi One, I would want a woman that can actually stay in the kitchen and keep her opinions to herself unless they're valid. Wouldn't most of us? Come on. Wouldn't most of us? Most of us would want that, of course. Easter Incorporated, I don't trust broads either. You have to be a fool to do so. In this environment, you're out of your goddamn mind if you're giving them any kind of trust whatsoever. With the thousands and thousands and thousands of false accusations that we have seen that are documented, well documented, the trials that have gone for naught, but ruined every participant. There's no man that has ever been accused of rape that is not ruined or damaged in some way. You see? If he did it, punish him. But you need proof. Believe her is not proof. When you're dealing with a full 25 now to 30% of all adult females are on some kind of head medicine, it's pushing up towards 30% now. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. That's insanity. They can't cope with life. They can't cope with the reality that the people before them have made for them. And they don't have a way out. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Women are stomped on and they are shit on just as bad as guys. But they have the help of the law. They are imbued with almost a legal responsibility to hamstring a man. We don't have that. They have that. We don't have that. And until that goes away, and I don't mean changes, I don't mean that they amend the law a little bit. I don't mean that. I mean until it is gone. No fault divorce is gone. It's gone. No marriage contract. It's gone. You see? No way for somebody to, male or female, to march another party into a courtroom and take advantage of them. It's got to be gone. When those things are gone, then you have a shot in 100 years. So much damage has been done to this society and the culture, especially the Western culture the world over. Don't think that the Eastern cultures are getting away with it, because they're not. That's naive to believe that. Everybody in this world is suffering from this shit, from the fuckery of feminism, communism, Bolshevism, Marxism. They're terrible, terrible creations. And they don't bring anybody anything except pain and death and debt. Glycomic 1, I rate women 1 to 5 looks and 5 to 10 what's in their head and heart. Well, I imagine you're sitting somewhere around 3, because there's not a lot in their head or their heart anymore. Not a lot. Tim S. Hello, Hammerhand. What's up, Tim? How you doing, brother? Chilling myself. 203 insane motherfuckers are in this box right now. 177 Fonzies. Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Andorian Nationalist. The only problem with that is that it costs money to be a complete loner. Yeah. Best to find men who you're not friends with, but both are motivated for money. Yeah. I don't think that would be too hard to find. I don't think that'd be too hard to find at all. A traditional bartering can make that happen. You know, like I said, I referenced Comicsgate earlier. I'll use them again. Do you want a good comic that is devoid of sexual politics and identity politics and feminism? Do you want that? You can get that now on the independent scene. If you have to have Batman with his fucking dongle hanging out, or you have to have Spider-Man, who might as well be a fucking woman now. If you have to have name brand characters, Superman has been beaten by every motherfucker in the world, so he ain't so super anymore. You know, if you have to have name brand recognition in order to enjoy a book, that's not a problem with the book, that's a problem with you. I can, Cyberfrog. Who the fuck thought that I'd be looking at a book called Cyberfrog? It's a good book. It's a good book, it's good art, it's a good story. It's kind of terrifying, you know, when you sit down and you get into it a little bit, and you're about 30 pages into them 58-page books. Van Sciver is awesome at what he does. All of these guys are. All of these gals. I'll even shout out to the gals a little bit and say, even the independent female comic creators, they don't tolerate that shit. They still don't get a pass. But, you know, if you believe in voting, you're a feminist. That's it. That's it. Plain and simple, you're a feminist. There's no way around that. That's the entire point of suffrage. So anybody that tries to argue that is a fucking buffoon, or they're just being willfully ignorant. Bing, bing, bing. Nezzy 777. Don't get beguiled. By these women, be careful. I agree. Tom Lightning at Hammerhand. Is there a way to reform primary school so that the future generation doesn't get screwed over? Yes. Donald Trump is doing it right now with the 1776 initiative. I don't know if you've heard of that, and I'm not going to jump into it here on this stream because I want to keep that shit out of the stream. But you should Google that, or whatever browser you use. Fuck Google anyway. But you should look it up. How about that? We'll just say it that way. The 1776 initiative sweeps away critical race theory, Marxism, and Bolshevik and communist training that has been going on for 25 years now. And it incentivizes our history as it relates to the history of the world. And that is a massive, massive step forward, a massive step forward. But if he doesn't win, it will be swept out the door. These people do not want to change. All of the people that were trained in the system of Marxism, of Bolshevism, believe that it's correct. They don't want to change. So they will be voting against him. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Go look it up. The 1776 initiative by President Trump. Cheers. Mountain Man, red pills for everyone. Yes, everybody should have them, my friend. Everyone. Results oriented. I'm a Tapa pill. I don't know what it is, but I called it first. Tapa or top pill? That's an interesting phrase right there. You'll have to define that one for me, man. I'm interested now. Andorian nationalist, women have friends, men have business associates. I've come to know this to be the truth. I've come to know that to be the truth. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Jim Nichols, I've told women for 20 years, if I can't have your heart, I don't want your damn body either now. I just tell them no thanks. You know what was funny, man, is I was standing in line today at a convenience. Uh-oh. We got pushed off there. Sorry about that, gang. I was standing in line at a convenience store today, and there was this, he was not elderly, but he was older than I was, and he was the next guy in line to get to the register. And he's just kind of sitting there looking around. He doesn't have a mask on. I don't have a mask on. Everybody else pretty much has a mask on, and they're giving us that dirty ass side eye. Like, what makes us so special? This fucking dope, 5'5", red-headed, fantastically built woman with a nice tight shirt, painted on fucking jeans, but she didn't look like a whore. You know what I'm saying? She just looked like she was going out for a casual afternoon somewhere. Walks right by him. I've never met this guy, by the way. I don't know who he is. He turns around and he looks at me and goes, man, she's hot enough to be my future ex-wife. She heard him, you know, and I kind of I was like, hey, baby, you know. She heard him. She didn't say a goddamn word. She's just smiling. Under her mask. She's wearing a mask, and you could tell that she smiled under her mask. I think that women want to be wanted. I really do. I think that men want to be wanted. We have people that are standing in the way. And I think that there's a lot of brothers out there that don't understand that. The eventuality of the sexual dysfunction between men and women and the societal dysfunction between men and women is going to come to a head at some point. It's going to come to a head. We're pretty much already rolling down fucking hill right now. Like I said, with birth rates, with marriages being null and void practically from the start now, with people only getting married to take advantage of men that have money or means. This is pretty much the end of the road for these institutions and these functions. But I thought that his comment was pretty funny. I liked it, you know. And believe me, I am way out in the fucking woods as far as having a relationship with anybody, touching them, being caught alone with them. No, thank you. But I'm still living. I'm still alive. So if a decent one walks by, it's like, just kind of decent. You know, but the thought doesn't go any farther than that. It used to be, way back when, years and years and years ago, I would be like, God damn. And I would think about it for way too long. Way too long. That bitch was pretty. That bitch was really pretty. Like the next day, it would be like, man, goddamn, that bitch was so fucking hot. I wonder if I'll see her again. Yeah, it's just crazy shit. And you understand now, as a red pill man, how off base that is and how off-putting it is to both of us. Just really crazy shit. Crazy shit. Mudink cold. Cold, not cold, cold. Hammerhand is hilarious. I suppose, maybe. The survivalist huffing. I don't huff nothing. Whippy McWhippet. At Hammerhand, Juggernaut Part 4, you mentioned decrease manufacturing distribution. Do you think this will also have significant international impacts? No. Did I already read that? Or did you put that in the comments section of the video? Because I've already read that somewhere. Did I read that here today already? I'll answer it again. No, I don't think it's going to have international consequences. I think that the markets are going to fluctuate on or around election day. That's normal because people are positioning themselves, all of the money people, the movers and the shakers, they're positioning themselves to take advantage of a re-election or a one-term president. So they're going to be positioning themselves for that. So you're going to see some pretty wild fluctuations in the market, but they'll stabilize and come back. What you're going to see here domestically, stateside, with major manufacturers closing their doors the week of the election is they are anticipating riots. They're anticipating a lot of riots. And yeah, because I've worked this route for 5 years, going on 5 years, and they've never done this. So it's not a coincidence that it is the last week of October headed into election day. They are anticipating riots. So that's why if you start noticing people boarding stuff up, if you start noticing trucks, a lot of trucks sitting in lots, a lot of lots with trailers that are very, very full and they're not running, it's because the places that they deliver to aren't accepting the loads or the deliveries because they're anticipating riots. Just my opinion. Zool, indifference is a great state of mind to reach if you can reach it honestly. If you're lying to yourself, if you're deluding yourself and you're saying, oh, I don't really want that. Oh, fuck her. I don't need her. But you get a boner every time you see one, you're lying to yourself. So yeah, if you can reach indifference in an organic manner, if you can put indifference in its proper place, it honestly has nothing to do with women at that point. You're catching up to where you should be. I know that sounds a little cryptic, but you're catching up to where you should be. A lot of men do not want to admit to themselves that they are immature. And you're not immature because you're defective. You're immature because you were deprived. You were deprived of a male presence in life. You were deprived of 50% of everything that you will take into the world as a complete adult. And that's 80% and up of men for the last 4 generations. That's staggering numbers. Staggering numbers. Shinobi One, money and cash are not everything. My happiness was found just after I gave my job away and moved to a farm. Hashtag escape the cities. Yeah, fuck the cities. And yes, money and cash are not everything. Sometimes you need to facilitate money and cash or properties or whatever it is that you need to go after so that you can make your life a little more livable, a little more useful to you. Your life is only useful to you. It shouldn't be useful to somebody else and then you come home and sit on a fucking bed and cry yourself to sleep. That's not the way it should go. That's ass backwards. Shay Necht. Good thing about working in the West Texas oil fields, very few attractive women, right? No distractions out there. Going home to Texas coast, different story. I can imagine. Mountain Man, rest in peace, Archangel at Liberation Y. Absolutely. Rest in peace to all of our brothers that pass. Rest in peace to all of our brothers who are having issues right now. And the ones who are kicking ass and recovering and taking their fucking lumps and getting up and giving the fucking finger to everybody and everything. Absolutely. Thank you, Mountain Man. Whippy McWhippet. At Zool, it's great to get even beyond indifferent. I think when folks are thinking about getting even, you have not reached indifference. If you have a score to settle, it's a tough call to say go do it or don't do it. That is an individual choice. I could not advise anyone on that individual choice. Be aware that no matter which way you go, if you let it pass or if you act on it, there will be consequences either way. You have to weigh it out. But if you're contemplating revenge as a form of indifference, you haven't become indifferent. You're still upset and bothered and still keeping track of where she's at and who she's fucking, and that's not a good way to live life. They made the choice to go, or they made the choice to kick you out of your life. They've been enabled to do that, and these folks don't really want you, man. They don't really want you. This whole nonsense about why it's so hard to date, where are all the good men at? These are nonsensical statements. These motherfuckers walk by good men on a daily basis, and they don't even see them. They're not talking about good men. They're talking about eye candy. They're talking about something that gives them a dopamine rush. They're talking about they want some guy to read their mind and fake fantasy rape them, you know, but then they've still got a fucking complaint that they can levy against them at some other point in time. I mean, you can't say that it won't happen because it's happened to every type of man, every walk of life in the last 4 or 5 years. No one has gone unscathed. The feminists will tell you straight up with a straight face, we want them to be afraid of us. Mona El Tawahe. You remember that crazy motherfucker? Look that name up. Mona El Tawate. She is insane. And she advocated murdering men on a national television show with a panel of feminists. And nobody said anything. Nobody cared. They got a little bit of grief, blah, blah, blah. They don't care about that. They don't give a fuck. That is the ultimate end game for them, feminists in particular, especially the rad femmes. That's what they want. They want to be able to harm you with impunity for perceived injustices against womanhood. Keep your head on a swivel. And that's why I stay away from them. That's why I don't fuck with them. That's why I do not engage with them at all. Ever. 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 Prune picker. Good night, gentlemen. Gotta bounce. Catch you later. Double P. Thank you for dropping in, sir. I do appreciate that. Whippy McWhippet at Shinobi1. Hey, mate. Knowing who you are is everything. Carl Tyler. Even after losing weight, I still shop at DXL. The cut of their clothing is good. Yeah, it is, man. They got really good clothes. And like I said, I love these because it's made, not this, but this is made from great Egyptian fabric. You know, really, really nice fabric. And it's made in Egypt. So are they slave laborish? They're not as bad as parts of Korea and all of China. Not as bad. They will tell you straight, we're just doing what the Chinese government says, and it's the rate that they pay them there, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, but you're paying them to keep the rates low. Really fucking low. So, and they're doing the same fucking thing over here. So, they're going to do what they're going to do, and they'll live or they won't. Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Nello Wolf or Nilo Wolf, I hope I got that right. I can honestly say you really give that vibe of a father of wisdom like Tom Likas. That's an ultimate fucking compliment. Thank you. Tom Likas is, in spite of some of his missteps, Tom Likas has dropped a library of truth and red pills on men that will never be forgotten. Never, never. Tom Likas is outstanding. I don't care what anybody says about him. It's just like with Howard Dare. I get shit for supporting Howard Dare, right? People give me the business end for supporting Howard Dare. They say, well, he's married, man. I've never heard Howard Dare. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard Howard Dare say, hello, men. Hello, MGTOW. I'm a MGTOW, and I'm going to talk to you about being a MGTOW. He's never said that. He addresses men, MGTOW, red pillars, and he talks. And I don't have a problem with the fact that he's married. That motherfucker's dropping red pills all day long. And I'm good with that. I have no problem with that. You know, when folks have to find out who and what they are, I have no problem with that. And we had a commenter or a couple here not too long ago. They were going around calling themselves Mr. and Mrs. MGTOW. That is a slap in the fucking face. It's a slap in the face. There is no Mr. and Mrs. MGTOW. You may want to include your wife. Obviously, you're married. But you may want to include your wife in it. But your wife is not included in it. It is not for her. When people start trying to do things like that, it's infuriating. We don't have a space. Plain and simple. We don't have a space. There is nothing for us unless we make it for ourselves. And that is being made very, very difficult by everyone. And that's why they want to call you or conflate you with incels. They want to conflate you with misogynists. Misogyny. Oh, he hates the women's man. How can you listen to that evil bald fucker? All you got to do is listen for a few minutes and understand that hate is not what I'm doing. I don't give a shit what your personal or private or sexual politics are. I advocate against usury of any kind, but in particular, usury of men. Vince in MGTOW, at Vlad Tepes, I envy you that ability. I did not see that comment, but I'll take your word for it. Shinobi One, I chased the almighty dollar for 15 years. I chased the peace leave for the same amount of time. I wasn't happy. Gave it up. Yeah, right on. And regain your birthright, brothers, or birthright? Is that what you meant? It's what's in you that brings happiness. I agree. I agree. I have said many, many times on my streams and on my videos that if you're having to pull pieces from other people to plug holes in your spirit, in your soul, in your emotions, you are failing. You're failing. You have to fix what's going on in your heart, in your head, with your spirit, with your soul. You have to be able to repair that, or at least get to a point where you can live with it. Period. And you can't lie to yourself about it. You always know if you're lying to yourself. Oops. Sorry about that. You've got to know that you're 100%, man. That you're 100% on the fucking money. You have to know that. And lying to yourself, you can't cover that one up. You got to do it. Shinobi One, call-in show. I'm working on it. Andorian nationalist, the white nationalist had at one point an internet community site where they could trade and barter, look for cheap housing, etc. It was awesome. Now it's gone. MGTOW should do that. I'd be interested to know why it's gone. Did it just fade out, or was it attacked? I'd be willing to bet that it was attacked. Zool, referring. MGTOW Blade Monk, that's why I'm the Blade Monk. I'll cut you. You know I'm going to cut you, man, right? You know that shit, don't you? Now, see, somebody will see that, take that little clip and say, see, look, man, I told you he was a fucking racist and a bigot. Bigot. Shinobi One, at Whippy McWhippet, a MGTOW brother, and hello to you, man. I hope my latest church was to your liking. I haven't been able to attend church yet, brother, but someday, hopefully, I'll get there. Irvin Romero, I created MGTOW content a year ago. I wasn't getting laid, but now I'm getting laid. Is that against MGTOW? Not really. Look, this is the way it is. If you are still pursuing the vaginal column, the peace leave, the poussey, the hunky-dunky, the hunk-a-bunk, if you're still pursuing women with sexual desire in mind, you would be more akin to being a red pill. Plain and simple. Red pills operate on the idea of red pill knowledge, female dark nature, female awareness, hypergamy, and the cocksocket, duality, reality. I can always depend on you, man. MGTOW, this has been a bone of contention, pardon the pun, for a lot of people. They want to call themselves MGTOW and act like they're red pillars, which opens the door to all kinds of bullshit. There is a clear and distinct separation between MGTOW and red pill. You get to MGTOW through the red pill, plain and simple. If you don't have the awareness, you don't know about nothing else. Now, don't take my word for it. There will be people that disagree with this, absolutely 100%. For me, if you're calling yourself a MGTOW, you are not pursuing pussy. That's it. You're not pursuing vagina. You're not pursuing female validation through emotion, spirit, touch, body. You're not pursuing that. You're working on you. Self-awareness. Now, can you call yourself a MGTOW and still pursue pussy? Sure. I could call myself the president and still go drive a truck tomorrow. Doesn't work, does it? So, no. For me, no. If you're calling yourself MGTOW, if you're jumping in on the deep end without understanding everything, and you're taking bits and pieces of this and that and trying to make it something that's going to work for you, you're doing it incorrectly. And you're certainly not looking out for yourself, and you're disrespecting everybody that's come before you. Now, I'm not saying that you intend to do that, but I'm saying that that's what it is. If you're a MGTOW, if you're calling yourself a MGTOW, you're interested in you, self-actualization. That doesn't mean that because you made a conscious choice to go and put yourself in a sling with a woman, that you're a man going his own way. That's not what that means. Plain and simple. That's the best way that I can explain it to you. I hope that that works. You can still, in my opinion, create MGTOW content, but it's somewhat redundant if you're putting MGTOW in the title and you're not observing what it means to be a MGTOW. It's hypocritical. So I wouldn't do that. I would maybe rework those titles a little bit. Red pill knowledge, something of that nature. Yeah, that's what I would do. Red pillars are very much about the pump and dump, and it opens the door to all kinds of shit like purple pill or white pill or pink pill. This is somebody that is aware of the obvious, and they still can't control their biology enough not to put their ass in a sling. That's not what you want to be. Not in my opinion. That's certainly not what I want to be. I want to be able to control that biology. I want to be able to say, yeah, that bitch is pretty fucking hot. Or if that bitch comes up to me and says, hey, big boy, what you doing tonight? I'm going to say, I'm gonna do a chill stream. You can go home. That's what I'm going to say. And when you can say that confidently and decently, and your dick don't get hard, and your feelings don't get hurt, and your heart don't get broke, you're well on the road to being your own MGTOW self. Just my opinion. Usurp. Boo this man. Why? Why did you want to boo me? The survivalist. If the food collapse continues, a lot of folks are effed, fucked. You can say fucked in the chat. It's all good. I don't think that anybody's going to jump in here and bump you out. They believe the government will feed them. They will not. No, they won't. Bikamek, you no longer see people go, hey, there's a homeless guy. I'm going to give you a job and teach you from A to Z and help you make you a success. That never happens. People got snoopy, sloppy, and elitist. Yeah. But ask yourself why you see 10 times, 100 times more homeless men than you do homeless women. See a homeless woman on the road, it's like, oh man, we gotta help her. They will always pull the homeless women off the street unless they're complete and utter fucking train wrecks. That's the worst of the worst kind of woman that can't even take charity and make it work. Men don't matter. They don't matter. The only reason that men matter is because you want to matter for yourself and for your life and for your future. That's the only thing that you've got going for you, is what you think about you and how to make that work. That's the only thing. Excuse me, just my opinion. Bikamek 1. Heck, I had a job once where I did demo work and my boss placed me with my cousin and told us how to do drywall and never showed us how to do it. How can unskilled peeps do the job with zero skill? Something got fucked up in that last sentence, but I think I get what you mean. You can't. I mean, you could maybe be a fast learner, but how often does that happen? You typically have to be schooled and instructed in an art or a discipline in order to become proficient in the art or discipline, enough to where you can start to interpret it for yourself. And then start doing your fucking thing. Stone Reaper, I don't recommend putting yourself in danger. I don't recommend it either. I would never preach that shit. Tiger 1963. What's up, brothers? What's up, Tiger? Nothing, man. Mountain Man. Kick-ass Tron t-shirt. I love this fucking shirt. I love Tron. Tron is one of my most favorite movies. Tron Legacy, in my opinion, followed it up very, very nicely. I think that they should leave it alone. Supposedly there's a third one in the works, and it makes my skin crawl to know that, especially in the times that we're in. These people, doesn't matter who they are, they fucking destroy everything. They ruin everything. They do. They ruin everything. So, yeah. Successful endeavors. Raging Golden Eagle is doing really good with his Blade Devil comics. I know that he is. I've looked in on Raging Golden Eagle from time to time, and I've seen the comics, and I actually like the comics. I went out. Do I have that shit? Hang on one second, gents. Let's see if I got it here. No, I bet it's in the fucking chair. And fuck that, because I don't want to get up. I went out and I bought 2 or 3 back issues. Those are the first comics that I've bought since 17 years ago. I jumped out of the comic industry in about 2005. I bought my last comics around 2003. And I've got a half box sitting out there. I used to have 2 long boxes, which is nothing. You know, I wasn't like an avid collector, but I would collect certain lines and certain graphic novels. I love them. Love them. I think they're fantastic. I love them. But what I don't love are people fucking with my comics. So I started to pick up on that real early. So I was out in about 2005. And to see what the comic industry has devolved into is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But RGE is doing some great shit. Like those fellas that I mentioned earlier. I am going to back at least 3 of those guys. And I'm going to get those comics. And I'm going to start doing my comic thing again, man. I loved reading comics. I loved the story. I loved the involvement and the engagement. And you know when these fellas are not being held back by political correctness or feminism or Marxist fucking overseers, they're going to put some good shit out. Whirlwind MGTOW. Hammer, you call into Triple H a while back, was priceless. He was shocked to find out it was you. Yeah, I remember that. I had been trying to get a hold of him for a little bit, and I just happened to stumble across that stream and where he was doing the call-in shit, and I'm like, I'm going to call this fucking guy, man. He puts out really decent stuff. Love his content. I haven't listened to him in a bit because he hasn't been on in a bit. But I know that school and life can get difficult. Excuse me. And that's why I don't give anybody a hard time if they drop off the planet, you know, for a month or 2 months or whatever. I don't fuck with anybody over that. I don't give them any shit. But yeah, that was a very nice call-in show. I enjoyed talking to the young man. I think that for his age, and no disrespect to him or anybody that age when I say that, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what the fuck he wants. He's marching forward with it. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. I tell folks from time to time, you've got this scale, right? Like the Lady Justice scales. Do you want the broad? Boom. Or do you want everything else? Boom. If you had to choose, right? If you could get 80% of your life, let's just say that the woman accounts for 20% of everything that you've ever wanted, are you going to give up 80% to get the 20%? I'm not. I did that once, you know, and I see the devastation that it causes in people. If you're not grounded solidly, man, here and here, you're going to have big problems. If you were emotionally deprived or emotionally abused or physically abused coming up as a child, it leaves an imprint, it leaves a mark, and it's terrible. It's terrible. And if your parents are hollow and vacant and they can't teach you anything, it's even worse. And I had all of that. Thank you very much. Yay. Yay me. You know, but I feel lucky to have gotten to the spot where I'm at. I'm comfortable. I'm a handsome, dashing motherfucker. I've got everything that I ever wanted, you know, and I don't want a lot. I don't need 10 fucking cars. I don't have to drive a Lamborghini. I'm very grounded, very realistic, you know. I've been everywhere that I've ever wanted to be, and I've done everything that I've ever wanted to do on a professional level. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm good to go. Had kids and just saw the horrifying injustices that were being perpetrated against men by everyone else, including other men. So I said, fuck that. Let's do something about that. And did. Eric Tate, hi Hammerhand, great live stream. Thank you, brother, thank you. Going on 2.5 hours of this fuckery, this nonsense. What's wrong with you guys? Why do you listen to this bald misogynist? Ew. We have so much work to do. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Shinobi One. Irvin Romero MGTOW is a lot of things. People will hound you on the rules, but I see it as guidelines to a happy, stress-free life. Sleeping with women will invite trouble. See Mr. Elite. You do you, man. I couldn't have said it any better. And I don't want to throw any shade at Mr. Elite. I think that Mr. Elite did everything that he needed to do except be honest with himself. And he will be the first one to tell you that. He will tell you that. He was not telling himself the truth. He got himself into a position that was difficult to get out of. He boxed himself in. And he shouldn't have done that. If you're being truthful with yourself, if you're not lying to yourself, like I said earlier in this stream, you won't ever be in that position. Ever. You will never allow that to happen to yourself. Mr. Elite is a quality guy. He is my friend. I consider him to be my friend. I talk with him fairly regularly, but he had some things to work out, and he got them worked out. I have no ill will against that man. I watch his streams. I love his shit. And when he gets on a fucking roll, he's entertaining to watch. Bike a mech. One. I hope one day when I learn some skills, I can make some good products, good money, and help other people. The best way, in my opinion, to do that, sir, is find something that you really like and love and try to make that work. At the very least, get with something that doesn't break your fucking spirit, that doesn't break your soul. Luke Chase, Mr. Elite lied. He betrayed us. Fuck him. No pity for him. I don't pity him at all. Not one bit. Yeah, he told a fib or two. He did do that. But I look at it this way, like with our little Lady Liberty scale. The good that he's done versus the fuckery. You're going to take all of this and shit can it? I'm not going to do that. I will never make that trade. Never. I'm glad that he got himself squared away and that he got himself straightened out. I don't disagree with what you say. But he didn't betray me. He betrayed himself. You see? That's the problem with becoming terribly invested in other people and what they say. You know, what they say and what they do. You have to be careful when you start lifting people to a position, to a spot, to a status. You must be very careful with that. Everybody must be careful with that. Mr. Elite didn't betray me. He didn't betray MGTOW. You cannot betray the philosophy. The philosophy is plain and simple. You can live with it or you can live outside of it. And you can't talk out of both sides of your face, though. So when he was saying that he was living in it and he wasn't, he got to the same reckoning, the same road that Mike the MGTOW man got to. I listened to them both. I consider them both to be friends, allies, and assets of the community. And they are. And everybody goes through growing pains. I'm not going to sit there and bitch slap somebody, which I made videos on the subject, but I think I made pretty neutral videos on the subject. Now, I'm not going to sit around and bitch slap somebody because they have a moment. I'm not going to discard a human being and all of their wealth of knowledge and everything that they've contributed because I get disappointed by one of them. You see, I'm sure that I've levied my fair share of disappointment with certain people, and it's up to them to figure out how to deal with that. If you want to talk to me one-on-one about it and we can come to some kind of consensus, I'd be happy to do that. But you can't force somebody to agree with you either. It just is what it is. You will come to some kind of consensus down the road with stuff like that. And no, I don't feel betrayed by Elite at all. I feel that he did himself a disservice by kind of playing with the lines there a little bit. But I don't have anything bad to say about the man, not at all, and I'm not going to. I still talk with him, like I said, on a fairly regular basis. We still communicate via chat and all of that good shit. And when he puts out the fire, he puts out the fucking fire. And he did it, in my opinion, and he did it the right way. You know, when you find yourself involved in fuckery, the first thing that you should do is admit it to yourself. Don't try to hide it. And I guarantee you that he learned the lesson. I hope that he did. Just my opinion. Excuse me. I funked her first. I used to collect G.I. Joe and Transformers. Don't forget He-Man. My brother, the Overlord, is a fucking monster He-Man fan. That was his fucking thing. Now, he loved the Joes, the 3 3/4 inch Joes, and the original couple lines of Transformers, the first couple of years. Everything else after that was getting pretty bad. They had some good ones kind of sprinkled in there, but yeah, it was getting pretty bad after that. After the 86 movie, it went to fucking hell. They only had a very few good ones, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Bike-A-Mech 1, I want to make some awesome, good fantasy puzzles and more. I like fantasy puzzles. I love stuff like that. The Survival is pure prostitution. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. All right, headed back to the bottom here, gents. We're going to jump up a little bit, and I'm going to pick you guys up. Forgive me if I miss your comments. I'm not trying to miss you or skip over you, but there's just a lot of stuff to look at. Americus DeVille. I got run through the ringer as an adult. A lot of us did. I can't tell you how many times coming up as a young adult from the age of 16 to about 25, how many times I found myself on the side of the road with 4 or 5 cops, not doing anything to attract their attention, by the way, not being mouthy or disrespectful or spinning fucking tires or smoking things up, not doing any of that. We just looked a certain way. Look at me. I've almost always looked like this. Even in my early 20s, I just didn't have quite so many laugh lines there. You know what I'm saying? I've almost always looked like this. So I brought a certain amount of attention with that. Not necessarily that I wanted it, because I didn't. But I can't tell you how many times, I don't have enough fingers and toes to tell you how many times I found myself on the side of the fucking road on my goddamn knees with my hands behind my head with my car getting tossed because they just thought that they could do it. I'm not black. I'm not a Latino. It happened all the fucking time in South Florida. Constantly. Everything's by the book. Got my license. Got my registration. Got all that good shit. Wasn't speeding. They just light you up, pull you over, toss your fucking shit, try to humiliate you and degrade you. And then when they get in their car and leave, you get to put all your shit back in your car and go on your merry way. See what I'm saying? You don't hear about those things in the news. News don't want to talk to you about that. That's just unfortunate. Luke Chase. I just want the COVID to destroy feminism forever. COVID is not going to destroy feminism. Feminism or something like it will always be here until you can convince men that they need to operate in their best interests en masse. When men, the majority of men, not the minority, not 30%, not 25%, 51% at least of men say, no more. Fuck this. If you could get 100,000 men to march on Washington carrying destroy Title 4D cards, it would be talked about forever. But everybody from the opposing side would come out and start dangling their babies and their single mothers in front of news cameras and say, this is what they want to destroy. They love babies and they hate women. That's exactly what would happen. And you would have to have the brass balls to stand there and tell them to go fuck themselves and stop being sluts and whores and single mothers. In unison. You see, you would have to be willing to be jailed. You would have to be willing to be oppressed by the power of the state until they are trying to kill you or they relent. You'd have to be willing to do that. And I don't see too many men willing to do any of that. But individually, you can opt out. You can not support it as much as possible. Pay as little tax as possible. Taxation is theft. No question about it. Taxation is theft. You are being jacked every paycheck. Every paycheck. They are the Italian mobsters that walk into the corner deli and shake down the fucking person behind the counter. No disrespect to Italians, of course. Love me some Italians. Andorian nationalist. Most people don't get to the level of self-actualization many MGTOW are at. I agree with you. That's why society fears us. I agree with you. Because you have jumped through this hoop, this hoop, this hoop, this hoop. You've gone to that level, that level, that level. You've looked at that shit that repulsed you. You looked at that shit that you agree with. You have a pretty good understanding of things, a pretty good perspective on the way that things are operating. And they don't. They do what they're told. And when you jump outside of that, you are the bad guy. You are the enemy. You are. Whether you want to be or not. 200 insane motherfuckers still in this box. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. 199 Fonzies. Hey. Thank you again. I appreciate that. I appreciate the hell out of that. Guys, these streams do a lot better than I thought that they were going to do. Hopefully, when we get up and running, the channel gets a little bit bigger and I'm not being completely cocksuck suppressed, maybe they'll get a little bit bigger and we'll have a little more interaction. But I'm pretty damn satisfied with it right now. Glad to talk to any of you. Black and red pill philosophy. The blue pill philosophy is cancer. I agree with you. Just normals. Being normal it's a detriment. I was going to say almost a detriment, but it is a detriment to you. Being a blue pill is very dangerous. Very dangerous. But you could say the same thing about black or white or red or purple or any of those. If you take any of them too far and you're not willing to listen, see, hear, observe, if you're not willing to do those things, then your chosen pill, your chosen color, becomes your death. You can easily extinguish yourself with your own thoughts and your own ideologies. You got to be careful with that shit. Got to be careful. Always important, no matter what you call yourself, to keep an open mind. You can keep your core values and your core principles, and you may not waver on them if you don't wish to. But you do have to look around and kind of read the tea leaves a little bit and see what everybody else is doing and saying. Because if you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're committing an injustice on yourself. So don't do that to yourself. Just my opinion. Lord Rubs. Ree! Yes, sir. MGTOW thread. This is awesome. Well, thank you, sir. I don't know if you're talking about me or not. We America 110. I rarely see homeless women. Tells you a lot about the soy society. Yeah, it does. Goddamn right it does. They are looked at as a separate and different, above you class of people. They are valued much more than you are valued. They need everything that comes from you. It's not a want. They need it. It has to happen or the fucking world stops. Right dead in its tracks. But they'll never tell you that until it's too late. They'll beg you while everything is burning to the fucking ground, but by that point, it's over. And you'll see it in your lifetime. Simon says news. I'm an Australian fan, mate. Well, Simon says, thank you very much, sir. I know quite a few decent folks over there in Australia, Tasmania, and in New Zealand. I know they're not the same thing. Don't punch my face. I know they're not the same thing. But yeah, I know quite a few people over there. Very, very good people. I actually had a bloke send me a package here not too long ago. Spent 50 fucking bucks to get that thing to the U.S. Parcel Service. I was impressed by that and eternally grateful, as I always am, for anything like that. I don't often receive stuff like that. Very, very good stuff. Shinobi Juan, brother, Tico Trin Red Pill. Is Tico in the chat? Did I miss him? What's up, Tico? If you're in the chat, what's up, brother? Big ups to all content creators in the chat, and big ups to the chat. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I appreciate you very much, as always. We America 110, Hammerhand. Do you watch MMA? Yes, I do. You know what my favorite kind of MMA is? Is where the over-the-top cocky motherfucker gets beat down in about 10 seconds. That's my favorite MMA. I think that it is obscene for men to act in such a dishonorable fashion in combat. That's just me. It's just me. A lot of people like the showboating. They think it's great. It adds to the fact that the guy wins or then the guy gets his ass kicked in. You know, but for me personally, it's very dishonorable. Very dishonorable to disrespect your opponent before, during, or after combat. Very disrespectful. And it's certainly not chivalrous at all. And no, I'm not talking about romantic chivalry. There you are. Tico Trin is in the house. What's up, Tico? Ezekiel Waters at We America. That may be changing. I'm seeing a lot more female tramps walking the streets here in Fort Worth, Texas lately. I said this earlier in this stream, and I think I said it yesterday too. There are a lot of bitches on street corners now. A lot. A lot. Not as much as men, but it's increasing. Equality. Ooh. Equality. Vention MGTOW, no doubt, listen to your feelings and listen hard. They can tell you when you're getting used. If you're honest with yourself. If you're honest with yourself. And if you're not afraid to push the fucking eject button on that relationship. You see? And it's my honest opinion. When you get to the point where you can push the button on any relationship, you're done with relationships. People just keep repeating the same mistakes, the same errors over and over and over again because they don't know what to do. They're trapped. You know, they're in that fucking loop. Get out of that loop. It's devastating, especially to men. No, sweetheart revamped. He helped me see the light even when he went back to the dark. No, sweetheart revamped. He did a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think I know what you're talking about. Dwayne Hicks, nodding off here. Time for bed. Good night, gents, and big thanks to Double H. Hammerhand. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you dropping in, brother. Sleep well and be safe tomorrow. Americus DeVille, 4 rules of MGTOW. Yeah, it's not that hard. Duality reality. Mr. Elite has a contagious positivity in my opinion. I agree with you 100%. 100%. He does, absolutely. And I'm happy for him that he got his situation worked out. That he's now in a position where he does not have to hamstring himself. You know, that's a good thing. That's never a bad thing, in my opinion. And I don't want to minimize why people feel the way that they feel about Elite or anyone else that has gotten caught up like that. I don't want to minimize that at all. And I'm not going to, and I'm not trying to. What I'm saying is that I can't look at all the good that he did and then throw him away. People make mistakes. And I don't consider myself to be discourteous. Is that the right word? No, I don't think it is. I don't think that I look at somebody that makes a mistake and it only takes one misstep or one disagreeing with them to eject them and dismiss them. I don't do that. 2 or 3, you're out. Demonstrating a hardline capacity for not learning your lesson, I have to put distance between myself and whomever that is, because I'm not getting caught up in no bullshit because of them. But that's about as far as it goes with me. I had my say on that. It's debatable whether I even had a right to say anything, but I did. And I thought that it was appropriate. So, and I don't regret that at all. If I was doing that, I would expect somebody to say something to me. And they would be right to, in my opinion. Whippy McWhippet. As men go their own way, they go their own way. Let them be as they are. Unless, of course, they say that, hey man, I'm going my own way. So what difference does it make if I go back to the plantation? I'm still a MGTOW. Then what? And you've got motherfuckers out there that are saying that. Shit, there was a stream last year where fucking Rolla Tomasi said something equivalent to that. Really, man? Get the fuck out of here with that. Not you, but people that say shit like that. Adios. See you later. It's clear that they don't know what they're talking about. Driver Dad 71. At Zool, in my opinion, fighting your biology is the hardest thing to do. I won't disagree with you on that. You don't fight your biology. That's not what I said. I said get a hold of your biology. Control your biology. It is difficult. It's difficult. Once you get used to that serotonin, that dopamine, those beautiful endorphins, that little 30-second. Once you get used to that, it's hard not to stay used to it and to not do it. It's difficult. It's very difficult. It's as hard as heroin to get off of. Scientific fact, scientifically proven. It's as addictive or worse than heroin. That's why very few people are successful at it. But I look at these women and I see them as a walking guillotine. That's how I see them. It doesn't matter how nice they are. I still talk with them. Like right out here in the open where there's a whole bunch of cameras and lots of people. And my hands are behind my back. Oh, yeah. I know what you... Oh, really? Did you get him potty trained? It's fucking awesome. Hey, cool. Same thing in the convenience store. Same thing if I have to bump into him at work. A little bit of, hey, how you doing? It's not going to kill you. Not going to hurt you. Keeps the environment nice. You don't walk in there and be like, fucking whores, give me my work assignment. Don't do that. Don't do that. Luke Chase, Mr. Elite played both sides. Talk both sides. Just can't trust a guy like him. Mr. Luke, that is on you. And I can't tell you that you're wrong. You see, I choose to see the body of work over the transgression. If the transgression becomes normalized, that would change my opinion. You see, that would change my opinion. It would. I still wouldn't condemn the guy. I would just have to put some distance there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame you for feeling that way. And I'm not trying to get you to change your mind. You have every right to think about it the way that you think about it. I just choose to think about it a little bit differently and invoke more positivity. I don't want to write somebody off because they made I'm not going to say a mistake, but because they fucked up. You know, he admitted it. He admitted it. He came out and did everything that he should have done after everything exploded, after everything blew up. So I have no issues with that. He did his best to make amends. Some people will not, they will not hear it. They will not go back to the channel, and I don't blame them. And some people will, and I don't blame them. Sometimes there's just no easy answer. You have to trust your instincts. If that's what your instincts tell you, by all means, follow them, trust them. Because if I were in your shoes, I'd do the same thing. Brad, okay, guess he just took a chick in. Oh well, he'll regret it in the end. He didn't take nobody in. He just made a series of bad choices. That's all. Americus DeVille, true, went both sides at the end, and I agree with you. Yes. Oh, fucking, we jumped right to the end of this motherfuck again. I'll jump back up in this chat, and I think, gents, we'll take a couple more, and then I'll jump out. Like I said, please forgive me if I missed your comments, if I missed your questions. It gets a little hectic sometimes. It's a fucking humongous chat. So I can't imagine what this thing is going to be like down the road here when it gets back up to where it was. We were hustling 1,000 steady viewers when I had, well, when they were showing you 19,000 subs. It was much more than 19,000, but we had a fucking ton. So I'll do something that's a little more prepared when we get down that way and try to do it, you know, podcast style instead of taking each and everything and reading every goddamn comment, which I don't mind, but, you know, because it's small enough to do that now. Zool, I was standing on a street corner at San Francisco, is that it? SF? And about 6 of them showed up out of nowhere. I can believe that. No Sweetheart Revamped, no Woman, no Cry. Andorian Nationalist at Shinobi One, the chicken utopia you got looks fun, bro. Lots of little chicks from Americus DeVille. Pretentious Hermit, message deleted for your protection. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Midas the Stallion, fitting the head out, gents. Got to work tomorrow. Stay safe and hold the line like gents. MGTOW for life. Stay cool, Midas, and be careful tomorrow. And sleep well. Thank you for dropping by. We appreciate you. Always. Americus DeVille, hammer time. Whippy McWhippet at Midas the Stallion. Please, dude, take it easy. Right on, man. Right on. Carl Tyler, GN Corporal Hicks. Good night. Andorian Nationalist at Brad RN. In California, I was pulling in $6K after tax every 2 weeks. Pay doing 1 OT shift a week, and I bet you were still broke. California is fucked, man. It is fucked. Usurp, it's not my business. True and true. MGTOW thread, why can't we buy duck at the store? That's an interesting question. And I think that it probably has to do with the oil under the skin and in the muscle. If I were to guess, it might be an environmental deal. I don't know. Perhaps people view duck in a certain way, like something that swims in a pond and gets fed by kids. Perhaps is a little more friendly. I don't know. I would have to say probably because of something to do with the meat and not being able to guarantee its freshness. I would have to say that. I don't know that I'm right, but that's what I would guess. Shinobi One, Andorian Nationalist, it's great, man. I'm on the road to 100 chickens. I first stopped 20 chickens. At first stop, 20 chickens. I'm at 8 now. I'm going to buy some Orpington chicks soon. They're an endangered species. I have 2 of them. Americus DeVille, delicacy. Is it a delicacy? I don't know. MGTOW thread, bacon wrapped duck tastes good. I imagine that it does. Never had it, but I imagine that it does. Ascendant, self-righteous is the term. Americus DeVille, duck is better than chicken. Question mark. I don't know. To my knowledge, have never had duck, but I love the fuck out of some chicken. I eat the fuck out of chicken and fish and seafood. And I know a lot of brothers don't like the seafood, like crabs and lobsters. You know, they're bottom dwellers. They're like fucking sea rats. But goddamn, they taste good. Oh, they taste good. Luke Chase. Elite is a cheater. Who can trust him now? He's just an average dude who can't be seen as a model, a leader anymore. I don't think he was ever claiming to be a leader. Was he? I don't think he was ever claiming that. He still drops red pills like a motherfucker. Still makes very good points. And like I said, I can't knock him out. Brad, Andorian nationalist. Wow, that's impressive. Thought you probably need that much to live in California. Yeah, no fucking shit, man. Usurp is a pig's pea sleeve pork. I'm not going to touch that one. Shinobi-wan, duck fat, chicken in the taste, but duck fat greater than chicken in the taste, but ducks make dirtier area. Take more care to raise, prevent disease. Yeah, I can believe that. I've heard that. I heard chickens can get really fucky too with diseases, and like they're fucking rotting and they're still walking. It's gnarly, gnarly shit. Red Pill Pipe Hitter. I'm out, boys. Good night, all. See you later, Red Pill Pipe Hitter. Thanks for dropping by, brother. Sleep well. Do appreciate you dropping by, man. Thank you. Andorian nationalist. Brad, yeah, man. I'm in Idaho now, and I am lucky to make half that. But do you need it? I mean, I think that's the question, right? Do you need it? I make a pretty good living doing what I do, and in this region of the country, I know for a fact that I could select another state, and if I could find something comparable with my experience, I could live very good. But I've got invested time here, lots of vacation time. I like the schedule. They don't fuck with me about these videos, even though motherfuckers try to get me fired. They see these videos. Oh, call his boss. They're fucking whack, man. It's just so crazy to see people do shit like that. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Luke Chase, Andorian. We do, but he can't lead or inspire our mind. I don't think that he's trying to do that, Luke. I don't think he's trying to do that. You don't have to lead or inspire somebody to drop red pills. If you don't like what he's dropping, don't listen to him. It's that simple. You know, there's no need to wipe somebody off the fucking planet. Just don't listen to him. Pretentious hermit. You can control your biology with redirection. You can find a high other than woman. You can find a high other than woman. Oh, other than women. Gotcha. Yeah, you can. But it takes work. And I have found that very simple 4-letter word inspires fear in a lot of men. A lot of fear. A lot of men don't like to work for anything. All this shit that they feel that they deserve, that they want, that they say that they need, nobody wants to put the fucking effort in to achieve anything. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but very few. Very few. Whirlwind MGTOW. This is why Jesus' main message was to deny the world. Deny the desires of the flesh. It ruins your soul. It sure as fuck can. Sure as fuck can. MGTOW thread. Ducks go their own way. Get it on, ducks. Tell them other bitch ducks to go fly south. Luke Chase. Elite is just some kind of modern Judas. I don't think we're going to mess with this anymore. So I'm not responding to any more of this elite bashing. Robbie Benz. Hammerhand. I know you're humble, but I appreciate your formidable intellect. Well, you're just puffing me full of shit right now. Your formidable intellect and the goodness of your heart, it's the stuff that heroes are made of. Holy shit. Who wrote this for you? Who is trying to get you to make me melt? right now. I appreciate that. I really do. Look, man, it's always nice to have somebody appreciate what you do. Considering the amount of shit that gets flicked at us, it's always nice to have somebody appreciate what you do. And I thank you very much. I thank you. I'm not the only one. There are at least 100 guys out here that can do this, that can and do the same thing that I do. You know, maybe their delivery is a little bit different. Maybe they don't cuss as much. Maybe they don't give their unfiltered opinion as much. And maybe they make missteps along the way, like trying to squelch their male audience. This is not a good thing to do. It's very unwise. But yeah, there's 100 guys out here that can do what I do. And I appreciate the fact that you guys tune in. I always have and I always will. 183 of you savages in the box right now. 210 Fonzies. Thank you very much. Moving in on the 3-hour mark. Gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it a night. Let me get down to the bottom of the chat. I'll take a couple more. And I want to say, Luke Chase, I'm not disrespecting you, brother. I just have a different opinion. So please don't take it personally. Please don't take it personally. Shinobi-Wan, Whirlwind MGTOW. Jesus is the path to enlightenment for 999.999%, but Illuminati is path to enlightenment through 666. Choose your poison. Well, I'm not going to get into that. Duality reality. Got a jet. It's 5 a.m. here. I'm up in a few hours. Thanks for another great stream, Hammerhand. Take care, all you good men of MGTOW. Thank you, DR, for tuning in. Thank you, Success Pool Endeavors. Thank you, Bridges Don't Fly. All of you men for tuning in and doing your thing. I really appreciate you. More than you know. More than you know. Gents, I think that's going to do it. Tico Trin Red Pill. Good night, Hammerhand. Good night, Tico. One of these goddamn days, I swear, I promise, I will get to one of the streams that you send me the invites to. Thank you so much for doing that. Please keep doing it. I will get to the streams eventually. Things just have to line up. You know how it is, man. You got to work your ass off out here to make your daily bread. And unfortunately, I'm still in that position. Hopefully won't be much longer. But for the foreseeable future, I'm there. At least until my son is grown. So, gents, I want to thank you very much for tuning in tonight, doing your thing, and just having an amazing chill stream. This is, to me, is what it's all about. I do like to get on here and give you topics and talk about things that happen in the world and yada, 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 all of that good shit. But there's 100 other guys out there that are doing that right now. And, well, there's not many of us that are just sitting around taking questions, giving answers, talking, shooting the shit, and just being men with one another in our circle of fire. I appreciate you all. Please have a good night. Drive safe. Have a happy work day. And remember, the next day is always worth it. So don't self-delete.